I'm picking Knoxville Halls to win over Fulton. Oak Ridge should get a win against Powell. I like Clinton to get a win at home against Scott High School. Gibbs should knock off Carnes. I look for that one to be pretty close. I like East Hamilton to win at Franklin County down at Winchester. Howard should defeat Republic. I like McMinn County to knock off Tyner Academy. Hickson should win at home against Ooltewah. And I think Ray County gets a win over Knoxville Central. Now in 4A, look for Elizabethton to win at home against Granger. Northview Academy, also at home, should knock off Seymour. I like Gatlinburg Pittman to get a win against Carter. Austin East at home should knock off South Doyle. It was a very close game last year. Should be again this time around. Look for Loudon to get a win at home against Soddy Daisy. And I think Signal Mountain tops Sequoia. Now in 3A action, look for Chucky Doak to get a nice win against West Green. I like Johnson County to get a regional win. They're playing at home against Claiborne. Unicoi County should win at Pigeon Forge. Sullivan East to beat Volunteer. Meigs County should beat Kingston. I think Union County gets a win at Cosby. Look for Chattanooga Prep to come out on top against Brainerd. Marion County playing awfully good so far. I think they win at Chattanooga Central. McMinn Central should top Polk County, and I'm picking Sweetwater to beat Tellico Plains. In 2A, I think South Green has little trouble with Cumberland Gap. Oneida should get a nice win at home against Eagleton. Look for Pisgah, North Carolina to beat Hampton, and I think Bledsoe County gets a home win against Sale Creek. Finally, in 1A, I'm picking Cloudland over Hancock County. I'm expecting Jellicoe to win at home against North Green. Unaka should top Twin Springs, Virginia. I think Cofield gets a home win against Greenback. I like Rockwood to beat Midway. Oliver Springs should win at Harriman. Oakdale should get a home win. Despite their season opening loss at Oliver Springs, I think South Pittsburgh should have no trouble getting a win at home against Copper Basin. I like Grundy County to win at Lookout Valley. And finally, I'm picking Whitwell over Joe Burns.
Thanks, Murphy. When we return, the first of our coaches interviews, as Murphy heads to Jasper. You're listening to Murphy's Matchups.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee service and local agents who feel like family. Farm Bureau Insurance ensures you're never facing life's challenges alone. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're more than just an insurance company, they're your line of defense. Get a free quote at FBITN.com.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Ad paid for by Anthem Tax Services. Attention, if you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you, but you must call 800-240-4917 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-240-4917. That's 800-240-4917. Again, 800-240-4917.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. Starting the season 2-0, it's good for the Warriors of Marion County. Murphy catches up with Coach Tim Starkey.
Tim, we talked a little last year because I saw you at a couple of your games, but you've kind of settled in, and I guess folks down in Jasper and South Pittsburgh are used to you being coaching on the other side of the county there.
Right, yeah.
Former South Pittsburgh player, just in general terms, what are the good things you like about Marion County football this year?
Well, Marion County football has always been a special place. This whole county is when it comes to football. Here in Jasper, Marion County High School, Marion County football, what's special about this particular season is the special group of seniors that we got this year. We got 17 seniors, a group of guys that's played Little League together since they was about 6. So, you know, it's finally coming to an end, and we're just hoping to send them off on a positive note.
I guess that's one reason why so many sports writers and even coaches across the state are thinking very highly of Marion County, and in the 2A school to have 17 seniors, that's almost unheard of. So you've got to be pleased with your group of players.
Yeah, I am. You know, it's fortunate when you get a chance to be a part of a team that's with so many veterans on it. And, you know, it's kind of, especially small ball, you wish you could have a lot of experienced kids every year, but it just don't happen. And coaches just don't get the opportunity to have a team with the experience that I've been blessed with this year. So I just hope that I can put them in a position to win, me and my coaches, and like I said, send them off or make sure they have a season of a lifetime.
Tim, you mentioned before I started the recording that every coach, with the exception of yourself, is a first-year coach at the place that they're at now. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage for everybody involved, I think?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's kind of mixed emotions because, you know, it's some things that when a coach is at a place for a while, you kind of think you know what they're going to do. And now, you know, with our region being flipped upside down, you know, these new coaches, they come in and tweak and fix stuff that needs to be fixed. You don't know. It's hard to get a read. So I feel like I'm going back into it blind. I think I spoke to you last season that, you know, going into a region on this side of the mountain, the back side of the mountain, you know, not knowing the coaches or familiar with the teams was going to take some studying. And so I feel like I'm back in the same boat going into this season because of so many changes over there.
Absolutely. Offense or defense, which one's going to be the strongest for Marion County this year, do you think?
It's definitely going to be that defense. The linebacker core is pretty deep. All of them are seniors except for one. He's a junior. Every one of those guys last year were all region, with 2 of them being all-state football players. And then we got some D linemen. I had a transfer move in, hired his dad, a really good football coach, and he brought his boys, and, you know, those guys are really good football players as well. One of being a linebacker, one being a defensive line guy. So he being a DL. So, I mean, and some seniors on the D-line as well. So I'm definitely going to put it on the defense. I'm an offensive guy, so you know I'm going to put it on those guys, make sure they get us some stops this season.
Well, Marion County has always been a fun place to go and watch a ball game, and they love their high school football and have had plenty to brag about over the years, but it's been a while, and I know you're excited about returning them to the level of play that they had for so long, so many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Definitely the goal every year is, you know, is set. And, you know, these kids, they know that if they're going to play Marion County football, that the expectation is high. It is as a coach, it is as a player, obviously as an administrator of the school. I mean, this is where people love football, and we embrace that. You know, we all know what we signed up for, and that's why we work so hard every day.
Marion County head coach Tim Starkey. The Warriors face Chattanooga Central this Friday. Murphy turns his crystal ball, or crystal football, to prognosticating the games of Middle Tennessee. That's when we return on Murphy's Matchups.
Ball fans, it's Coach Heupel. Just like we prepare for game day, you need to prepare for life's unexpected moments. And there's no better team than Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's sending your teen off to college or buying your first home, Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to support you with local agents in every community across the state. Get the coverage you deserve. team up with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. Get a free quote at FBITN.com.
At Huff and Puff Trucking, we believe in the power of community. That's why we're proud to support high school football. Just like a great team, we know that it takes hard work and dedication to deliver results. High school football brings us together, teaching our young people teamwork, perseverance, and the value of community. From the field to the stands, football unites us all. At Huff and Puff Trucking, we're honored to be a part of this tradition. Huff and Puff Trucking, driving the spirit of community 1 mile at a time.
As you know, summertime is here. And for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with minor aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
It's JB and the General.
We bring on the air for the first time ever on the JB and the General show, the General Fan. General Fan, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Well, I wanted to extend a formal invitation to my good friend Patton, and I'll send it in the mail as well, but he has been formally invited to suck it.
Hey, easy, General Fan.
Weekdays 9 to 11, live on WNSR.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. Give us 30 minutes each week. We'll give you the state of high school football in the volunteer state. Once again, the guru, Murphy Fair.
Thanks, Doug. We'll take a look at mid-state games beginning in Murfreesboro at the 6A level, where Oakland finally gets a chance to play at home after trips to nearby Independence and Anna, Texas. The home field advantage won't be needed this week. Look for the Patriots to easily win this one over Haywood High School. I think Ravenwood, playing at home as well, should have a fairly easy time with Blackman. Shelbyville should beat Coffee County. I like Beach to win at home against Riverdale. Rockvale travels to Tullahoma. I'm picking Rockvale in that one. I like Smyrna over Siegel. Cookville should get a home win against nearby White County. I like Mount Juliet over Gallatin. Green Hill entertains Summit High School. I'm going with Green Hill in that one. Lebanon should win at Warren County. I think Wilson County gets another win, this one at home against Laverne. I like Antioch to top Cane Ridge. Look for Nolensville to have a nice home win against McGavock. I'm picking Stewart's Creek to win at home. They're hosting Hillsboro. Brentwood High School entertains Hendersonville. Hendersonville's off to a fast start, but will have its hands full in Williamson County. I'm going with the Bruins tonight. Page should win at Franklin. I like Independence to top Centennial. Clarksville should get a home win against Kenwood. I'm picking Clarksville Northeast to win in Dixon. Kirkwood should win at Clarksville Northeast. And I like Rossview to top West Creek. In 5A, one Thursday night game, that's James Lawson traveling to Stratford. I'm going with James Lawson in that one. Columbia should win at home against Hunters Lane. I like Lincoln County over Lawrence County, and Henry County should win at Springfield. Now in 4A, look for Stone Memorial to win crosstown rival Cumberland County. I think Livingston wins at home against DeKalb County. I'm picking Upperman over Macon County. The Bees won a squeaker last year in the Tigers' Den. Look for Macon County to do the same this year in the Beehive. Pearl-Cone should win at home against Creekwood. I like Greenbrier to win at Whites Creek. I'm picking Marshall County over Station Camp and White House over Montgomery Central. In 3A action, still in the mid-state, Community visits Forest. New Forest coach Justin Palmer brings his air attack to Chapel Hill. That spells another big win for the Rockets, I think. Giles County should win at Fayetteville. I think Sequatchie County, visiting Watertown, gets a win. Smith County travels to Liberty Creek. I'm picking the Owls of Carthage in that one. Cannon County should win at home against Cheatham County. I think Fairview gets a win. They play at home against Stwearts Creek, and look for White House Heritage to top Westmoreland. In 2A, one Thursday game there as well. Cascade should win at Huntland. I'm picking East Robertson to win at Monterey. Clay County should win in Gainsboro at Jackson County. Look for Lewis County to top East Hickman. Loretta should get a win at Harpeth. I like Summertown to top Hickman County, and Mount Pleasant to win at Waverly. Now in 1A, I think Gordonsville gets a home win against Trousdale County. Red Boiling Springs should win at home. They're hosting Pickett County. Look for McEwen to get a win against Graves County, Kentucky. Collinwood should top Cornersville. I'm picking Moore County to get an easy win at Eagleville. Wayne County should win at home. They host Richland. And finally, I like Houston County over Perry County.
Thanks, Murphy. This young season, some teams are 2-0, others are 0-2. But if you're 1-1, which direction are you going? We'll find out next when Murphy makes a trip to Lexington. You're listening to Murphy's Matchups.
Ball fans, it's Coach Heupel. On the field, our team relies on strength, strategy, and trust. Qualities that make a winning team. Off the field, I look for these same qualities to protect my family and home. That's why I turn to Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee, the official insurance of the Vols. Their agents have a game plan for your auto, home, life, or business insurance needs. Protect what's important to you. Join the Farm Bureau team because helping you is what they do best. Get a free quote at FBITN.com.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Are you ready for a touchdown of flavor and excitement? Look no further than Sam's Place and Sam's Sports Grill, the ultimate destination for great food, fantastic drinks, and game time atmosphere that will have you cheering for more. Sam's is the place for every sports fan and food lover with over 40 TVs at every location. Sam's has a family-friendly atmosphere where everyone can have a blast. From their friendly staff to awesome kids menu, they've got something for everyone. Online at samsplace.net or samsportsgrill.com, or call and find the nearest location to you. At Sam's, the game is always on and the fun never stops.
Hey Nashville, join Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli this Friday night for the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Our matchup this Friday is Hillsboro at Stwearts Creek. Our pregame coverage begins at 6:45. Last Friday, our matchup was Smyrna versus Rockville. Rockville defeated Smyrna 31-14. Cavante Porter was our player of the week with his clutch fumble recovery for a touchdown that sealed the game.
So we were just reading the screen. We've been working on that all week, watching film throughout it, and we know the screen coming. But the player dropped the ball, and I just picked it up and scooped it and scored. It really changed the game.
It absolutely did. It settled the game, as a matter of fact.
Yes, sir.
Rockville moves to 1-1 on the season, and Smyrna drops to 0-2. It's Hillsboro at Stwearts Creek for the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli will go live from Stwearts Creek starting at 6:45, only on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. The Lexington Tigers are 1-1 on this young season. Murphy spent some time catching up with Derek Carr, head coach at Lexington.
Coach, we're glad to have you as a part of Murphy's Matchups. The one thing I wanted to talk to you about was your departure from Milan for Lexington, and I know that surprised an awful lot of people. What caused that transfer?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me on, and thanks for all you do for high school sports around our state. You know, as far as me moving from Milan to Lexington, it was an opportunity for me to more or less grow into 4A football team. You know, Milan being 2A, it's a great opportunity to, again, move up in classification. Coach Hollingsworth had a lot to do with that, and another opportunity for me and my family to hopefully grow roots and build a football program here in Lexington and do some things that they've never had the opportunity to do, and, you know, just build on what what Coach Holland's words and Coach Lindsey and Coach Stowe have done here over the last 65 years.
If you talk to people in West Tennessee and ask the 3 or 4 or 5 schools, whatever, great football communities, obviously Milan is one of those, but so is Lexington. It's just been a while before they've been a household word for so many people, and I know you've got to be excited about what you hope to bring to that program.
That's right. And they got a big vision here as far as the people in the community as to what they want their football program to be. And I'm just excited to be more or less the legs on the ground, hoping to make that come true.
Tell us a little about your football team this year. You started the season with a big win, but you've got some big ones on the immediate horizon as well. This week you're going against Crockett County, then Jackson Northside, then Memphis Business, and Lexington lost all 3 of those games last year. So you don't have to worry too much about getting your kids up for those games, do you?
That's right. We're low in numbers as a senior class, but they're a good group, a bunch of hard workers, and we got a bunch of young talent that has that's got some growing to do. But super excited about the opportunity to play. Good opponents in Crockett County, Northside, and NBA, and just make sure that we take it a week at a time. And I think Coach Ward does a great job over at Crockett. So I hate that he's got to be our home opener because they're a really good football team. But it'll be a great opportunity for our guys to kind of find out where we are in our region. As far as Crockett being a good 4A team coming from the Haywood region, and we wouldn't see them until the 4th round. But we'll kind of get a good gauge on where we stand and what we need to work on and what we need to do in order to, grow as a team week in, week out, and hopefully kind of gauge where we'll end up when it comes to playoffs.
You said all the right things, Derek, and I'm happy for you and your family, and wish you nothing but the best, not only this season, but hopefully for a long time there in Lexington.
Thanks again, Murphy. I appreciate all you do.
Derek Carr, head coach at Lexington High School. The Tigers will next face Crockett County. Coming up, the Guru looks over the Western contests and Division II. It's all straight ahead on Murphy's Matchups.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. With a commitment to fast, personal service and local agents who feel like family, Farm Bureau Insurance ensures you're never facing life's challenges alone. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're more than just an insurance company, they're your line of defense. Get a free quote at FBITN.com.
Champions Run Golf Course in Rockville and Rutherford County stylistically showcases the natural beauty of Middle Tennessee while emphasizing the distinctive mark of its architect, C. Stwearts Moore. The 6,900-yard par 72 championship course has numerous bunkers and water hazards, and every hole unique in its own way. Champions Run provides the perfect measure of comfort and challenge for your individual game. They also have an additional par 3, which they refer to as the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Visit championsrun.golf for tee times and more information.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. Once again, Murphy Fair.
Thanks, Doug. Now it's time to take a look at action primarily west of the Tennessee River and at Memphis in the 6A level. Whitehaven should have no trouble winning at Arlington. I think Bartlett has a chance for a good win at Collierville. I'm picking Houston, the state's defending 6A state champ, to get a win at Germantown. Should be a good game, however. And I think Cordova wins at White Station. In 5A, only 4 games on the schedule involving 5A teams. Brighton should win at Ridgeway. I like Melrose to get a win at home against Munford. Southwind should win at home against Center Hill, Mississippi. And I think Memphis Central wins at Craigmont. In 4A, I think McKenzie wins at home against Chester County. I'm picking South Gibson to win at home. They're hosting Hardin County out of Savannah. Jackson Northside should win at home against Owine Central. Look for Jackson Central Mary to win on the road at Camden, and Jackson Southside to win, also on the road, at Liberty Magnet. Crockett County visits Lexington. I'm going with the Tigers of Lexington in that one. Union City should stop Dyer County. And I think Millington gets a home win against Fayette Ware. Now in 3A, Bolivar should win at home against Ripley. I think Covington gets a home win against Dyersburg. That should be for a regional title, I think. Westview should win at Scotts Hill. I'm picking Bolton to win at home against Lakeland Prep. Raleigh, Egypt should win at Douglas. I like Hamilton to get another win this week against Wooddale, and Sheffield probably wins at Memphis East. Now in 2A, a good one in Adamsville where the Cardinals entertain Huntington. Huntington, the likely winner in that one. JCM should win at Camden. I like Milan to win at Gibson County. Peabody goes head-to-head with the Panthers of Riverside. I've got to go with the defending 2A state title holder here, Riverside. Look for Fairleigh to win at home against Kip. Memphis Business should top Lewisburg, Mississippi. I think Bluff City wins. They're hosting Hillcrest. And Mitchell should win at Oak Haven. Now in 1A, we'll start with Hollow Rock Brewston. They host Gleason. I'm going with the home team in that one. Lake County should win in Tiptonville against Dresden. I like Greenfield to win at Halls. Middle College should get a nice home win against BTW. And I think MASE wins at Middleton. Now we'll take a look at Division II action, starting at the AAA level in East and Middle Tennessee. I think Baylor, a hot team right now, should win at home against Coconut Creek, Florida. I like Knoxville Catholic also to win at home. They're hosting Winter Haven, Florida. Oak Ridge of California, not Tennessee, visits McCallie. I'm picking McCallie in that Saturday night affair. In the western part of the state, I'm picking Brentwood Academy to win at Christian Brothers. I think Ensworth wins at home. They're hosting Tresvant. Lipscomb Academy hosts Briarcrest. That game in Nashville, I think Lipscomb comes away with a win. And MBA should win at MUS. In AA in the East, Boyd Buchanan should win at CAK in Knoxville. I like Chattanooga Christian to get a win at home against Knoxville Grace. Robertson Innovation, a new team out of Springfield, should win at Chattanooga Grace. I think Knoxville Webb wins at Silverdale, also in Chattanooga. And Notre Dame should win at home against Lakeway Christian. In the Mid-State, I like BGA to win against Nashville Christian. CPA should pick up another win. They're hosting Pope John Paul II. Davidson Academy should get back on the winning streak with a win against Portland. I like FRA to win at Webb in Bell Buckle, and I think Jackson Christian gets a win at home against Good Pasture. In the West, ECS should win at home against Kingsbury. I like North Point Christian, Mississippi to win at home against Tupelo Christian, Mississippi. St. Benedict should top Westwood, that game at St. Benedict. I like St. George's to get a home win. They're hosting Rosa Fort, Mississippi. And I think USJ wins at home against Trinity Christian. Finally, in Division II Single A, in the East, I think Ezel Harding wins over Glencliff. Look for Columbia Academy to win at home against Friendship Christian. Middle Tennessee Christian, the defending state champ, should win at Franklin Grace. I'm picking Providence Christian at home to win over Mount Juliet Christian. And I think Campbell County in East Tennessee tops Kings Academy. In the Mid-State, only 2 games on tap. Sycamore hosting Clarksville Academy. I'm picking Sycamore in that one. And DCA should win against the Tennessee Heat. Finally, out west, I like FACS to get a win at West Carroll. Fayette Academy should win at home against McNary Central. I'm picking Harding Academy to get a home win against Humboldt. And finally, I'm picking Tipton Rosemark to win at home against South Fulton.
Thanks, Murphy. And that's week 3 for Tennessee high school football. You've been listening to Murphy's Matchups with the guru of Tennessee high school football, Murphy Fair. Murphy's Matchups, made possible by Farm Bureau and your local Farm Bureau agent.
Here we go, let's get moving! Richmond 96, let's do it tonight! Let's go get it! And you know what time it is, baby!
Welcome to the most exciting high school football coverage in Tennessee.
Play action fake. Looks to the far corner of the end zone. It is caught! It is caught for a touchdown!
Over 20 years of high school football coverage for Middle Tennessee. It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Still on his feet to the 10, to the 5. Oh, my goodness! He scored a touchdown! Oh, my!
Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
1 second left. From 26 yards out, high snap. Kick is on the way, and it's blocked. It is blocked into the end zone, and we are going to overtime.
The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is presented by
Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers.
Now, here's your WNSR MidState Checkdown High School Football broadcast crew, Coach Pete Cordelli and Joe Fisher.
For the second straight Friday night, the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week brings us to Rutherford County for a matchup of two playoff teams from last season. Class 5A Hillsboro out of Nashville visiting Class 6A Stwearts Creek. I'm Joe Fisher saying hello from the booth on a wonderful night here in Rutherford County. Coach Pete Cordelli is back with me in the booth this week. Certainly my thanks to my friend Jonathan Schaefer for handling the analyst duties last week. Stwearts Creek is 1-1 with a victory over Tullahoma and a loss at Blackman. Coach, the Redhawks have shown one thing. They average 34 points a game. They can move the football.
They sure can. They have a big offensive line, Joe. But the guy that makes it go, number one, Caleb Floyd. He is a powerful running back, and he gets better as the game goes on. So it's going to be fun to watch this running attack of Stwearts Creek tonight.
Well, the Burros of Hillsboro are also 1-1, entering this first venture for them outside of Davidson County. They had a win at McGavock and then a loss last week to Overton. They were disappointed after a number of costly penalties and mistakes last week. And, Coach, I know you've been through practices in weeks after games like that.
Exactly. And talking to Coach Brown before the game, eight false start penalties. I mean, that just is a momentum killer. When you're losing 5 yards every time, that's 40 yards that you have to make up, and hard to overcome. But Coach Brown said they had a good week of practice, and he's looking for a good game tonight out of the Burros.
Each of these teams 1-1. Each of these teams hoping to get back to the playoffs once again. Adam Johnson, as always, our on-site producer engineer. The Bear Man, Todd Berry, back with us for stats tonight. Will Brown will be our halftime studio with scores and updates tonight. Our Greg Pogue caught up with tonight's head coaches, Hillsboro's Anthony Brown and Redhawks coach Ben Caudle. We'll hear from them next on the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Champions Run Golf Course in Rockville and Rutherford County stylistically showcases the natural beauty of Middle Tennessee while emphasizing the distinctive mark of its architect, C. Stewart Moore. The 6,900-yard par 72 championship course has numerous bunkers and water hazards, and every hole unique in its own way. Champions Run provides the perfect measure of comfort and challenge for your individual game. They also have an additional par 3, which they refer to as the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Visit championsrun.golf for tee times and more information.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Tennessee at highschoolofficials.com.
Lifetime Murfreesboro resident and businessman Taylor Wright at his T. Wright Properties and Century 21 Wright Realty are proud to be sponsor of all the high school football coverage tonight on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio. For rental property and property management, it's T. Wright Property. For buying and selling real estate, it's Century 21 Wright Realty. Nobody does it better in Rutherford County. Visit TWrightProperties.com to learn more. Thanks to everybody who supports high school athletics. Enjoy this night of high school football in the borough, brought to you in part by hometown hero Taylor Wright.
You're listening to WNSR's MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
Joined now by Hillsboro coach Anthony Brown. Hey, Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, only thing I need to know about you is Maurice Fitzgerald says you're a good one. So that's all I need to know.
His word means a lot. That means a lot. You know, I learned a lot from Coach Fitzgerald, you know, one of my great mentors, not only in coaching, but in life and being a man.
Yeah. In Hillsboro, the boroughs and Metro's a unique thing. There's no, Mark North, the overall AD of the entire athletics program, just what he's doing, the visions, what they're doing with the fields and everything. And certainly the tradition of Hillsboro goes back longer than you've been alive, probably.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I'm a South Nashville kid, so I actually went to Glencliff High School, back when that school was up and running and doing some great things, had some great football players to come through there. So I definitely know about the tradition of Hillsboro High School.
Jim Wilson, did you play for him?
I played for the great Jim Wilson.
There you go, man. Tell me about your team. A couple games in, what are you thinking about it?
Well, our thing is always we're our own worst enemy sometimes. You know, we just got to learn to continue to focus and hone in. When we're lit like a match, we can play and beat anyone in the state. You know, so we just have to be focused. You know, and I tell my kids, you know, we have a fight every Friday. We can't punch ourselves in a fight. That's not what you do. So we just got to take care of the little things, the pre-snap penalties, you know, just getting in and out of the huddle, those little things, and I think we'll be fine.
And when you look at Stwearts Creek, a tough task, obviously, what do you see? What do you have to do to be successful?
Well, defensively, we have to be able to communicate. A lot of shifts and trades and motions and things of that nature they're doing on offense. You know, so just communication, good eye discipline, and they have some guys that can run the ball pretty well. So it's going to be a tough task, but I think our guys are up for the challenge. Now, offensively, what we have to do is just be able to establish the run, take shots down the field. You know, they're ripping and running on defense as well. But I feel like if we continue to do the things that we've been practicing well, we'll be fine.
He's the head coach at Stwearts Creek. Hey, Coach, how you doing, man?
Doing well. Appreciate y'all having me on.
You bet. You know, if you're coaching in Rutherford County High School football, you got to put your big pants on, don't you?
Oh, there's no question. Every opponent over here is really, really strong, really well coached. Every school, you know, just to paint a quick picture, you know, when I arrived at Stwearts Creek in 2019, we've gained over 1,000 students.
Yeah.
That's from starting around 1,600, and just about every school over here is north of 2,300 students. So you know you're going to find some really dynamic players on each team, and it's definitely a county where you got to come ready to play and have a good plan each week.
2 weeks into the season, how you feel about your team?
You know, I think there have been some ups and downs, as I'm sure there have been for each team and each coach out there. We opened against a really, really quality opponent in Tullahoma that won 8 games last year, and I think that they are a better football team this year, a little bit better put together, especially on offense and defense. They graduated a kicker who's now at MTSU, punter, and so really fortunate to get out of that game feeling good with a win, but definitely a hard-fought game against a really well-coached Tullahoma squad, and obviously went across the street right across 840 last week against a really well-coached and very, very talented Blackman football team, a Blackman team that, has D1 talent, across every level of their defense, and has several offensive players as well that are really dynamic, a receiver that I know Vanderbilt and several others, are wanting in a big way. And so we had a lot of really, really good moments in the Blackman game, and there was kind of a big momentum swing where we made a few mistakes the first half of the third quarter. But overall, I'm really excited about this group. I think it's a group that means a lot to me and that I've really enjoyed being around all summer long and the start of the season.
Stwearts Creek football coach with us, Ben Caudle. You look at Hillsboro. What do you have to do to be successful?
Well, I tell you what, I think whenever you go up against, a Hillsboro team, that they're going to play really hard. We went over there last year on a Friday. I think that they were out of school that day on fall break, but the place was packed. All their students were there. They did a great job of getting their support out, especially on a day without school. And, Coach Brown is really Coach Fitzgerald's, hand.
Oh, yeah. We just obviously we just talked. Yeah. And Maurice and I, a lot of history with Maurice and I, and the fact that he handpicked him for that says a lot. You're right.
Oh, there's no question. A legend like Coach Fitzgerald, he's not just going to, hand off that program to anybody. And I think that Coach Brown's done a phenomenal job in a very difficult region with Page and Nolensville and Centennial. And, they're a really well-coached team. And we certainly expect a tremendous challenge, here at Stwearts Creek tomorrow night.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in Hollywood as the Las Vegas Raiders come to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Raiders have Davante Adams running routes and posting 6.
20, 10, he's gone! Touchdown, Raiders!
The Chargers have an electric defense with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. It's the Raiders at the Chargers this Sunday on Sports USA.
Pre-game coverage begins at 2:30, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Coach Pete Cordelli with color analysis. Now down to the field, and here is Joe Fisher.
It is a very comfortable night here in Smyrna, Tennessee, as we get set for Hillsboro and Stwearts Creek. The Redhawks of Stwearts Creek, Class 6A, Region 5, 1-1 record. Having beaten Tullahoma, lost at Blackman. Hillsboro, Class 5A, Region 6, also 1-1. They won at McGavock, lost to Overton. Hillsboro with the white jerseys, the yellow gold pants, green numerals, green trim. Stwearts Creek, red jerseys, white pants, red trim, and the grayish black helmets. They will get the football. The homestanding Redhawks will get it as they will move left to right as you listen, as we prepare for the kickoff here to get this one underway. And number 4, Kai Mangrum, is back deep to receive the kickoff.
Be interesting to see, Joe, if he kicks it deep or if he's going to kick it.
And there's the answer. It's going to be pooched up to the up man. It's going to field it at the 23 to the 30-yard line and hammered back. Actually, the tackler hit A Stwearts Creek blocker knocked him into the running back and knocked him backwards and knocked him down for a 7-yard return on the play. Get used to that, Coach. I think this is going to be a pretty physical ball game.
Yeah, that guy from Hillsboro, he didn't break stride. He just knocked the Stwearts Creek man back into the ball carrier, like you said, and what a way to start this game.
Jerry Taylor's the quarterback, 12 of 19 passing, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Junior 6'2", and 170. He will start in the shotgun on first down as he will have receivers split to each side. Ball is on the near hash mark. Handoff tailback across the 30, 35 upended at the 38-yard line on a nice burst over this near side as that run was Caleb Floyd. Get used to that. They give him the football out of the backfield, Coach. They also put him out in a flanker position. That was an 8-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, they run power to the right, pull the left guard, left tackle. Everybody on the right side blocks down. But Floyd does a nice job with his vision of planting that right foot and getting upfield for a gain of 8 on first down.
Came into the game 35 carries, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 2 for the Redhawks from their own 38-yard line. Just underway. They're going to try Floyd again, and this time he is going to be corralled at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Eric Thompson Jr., the sophomore defensive end, 5'11", 220, was the first to get there, and Coach Anthony Brown told me he is one of the quickest guys on that defensive line.
Thompson did a great job of reading the pulling guard, getting on his hip, and making the tackle, and that's exactly what you want out of your defensive tackle right there by Thompson. As the guard pulls, he runs with him, flattens out down the line, holds it to no gain.
3rd and 2 for the Redhawks. Need to get the ball to the 40-yard line for a first down. This time they're going to line up in a traditional straight I with Taylor under center, a fullback and a tailback behind Taylor. Handoff, Floyd up the middle. He'll have the first down. He'll push it across the 43-yard line. That's just power football, Coach, lining up with a fullback in front. You don't see it very much, but they get 5 in the first down.
Tell you what's impressive right there is you're getting movement up front with the offensive line, but Floyd, as all good running backs do, he accelerates his feet on contact and moves the pile backwards for some yak yards after contact.
Hillsboro defensively a 3-3-5. York, Richardson, Thompson Jr. across the front. Stewart, Hightower, Carruthers, good linebackers. Burton, Hamer, Puckett, Bennett, and Cartnell, the secondary. Quick swing pass to the left side across the 45 and hammered down at the 47-yard line. Short gain on the play. The first play by Jeremy Smith, the senior, out of the backfield. 5'7", 145, leads the team, 253 yards rushing, and that's a 4-yard gain on the play. He had 231 in the win over Tullahoma.
Yeah, excellent pursuit by the linebackers from Hillsboro that time to hold that to a 4-yard gain.
2nd down and 6, ball at the 48-yard line. 9:35 left in this first half. Smith's going to try the left side. Oh, a nifty move. Inside the 45, will have the first down to the 44. Boy, he just found a little sliver of room, Coach. Turned it up, put the foot in the ground, and sliced, or put it into the turf, rather, and sliced for enough for a first down to the 44.
What's impressive, Joe, is that the first tackler didn't bring him down. He bounced off it, reset his feet, and then accelerated up the field for the first down. Excellent run by Smith.
It's interesting. I think Coach Calder would like to throw this ball around. I think he'd like to put the ball in the air a lot, but when you're having success running the football,
right,
that's what they did against Tullahoma. You stick with it. Shotgun formation. That's going to be a lateral pass coming to the near side to Smith. He's going to angle inside the 40, 35, hammered down at the 31-yard line. Had a receiver out blocking for him in front, pushes it to the 31 for the first down and a gain of 14.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Marcel Gordon was the receiver, number 5, getting the block on the corner, and it allows Floyd to get up field and gain more yards. But I thought that might be a halfback pass, the way they threw it behind the line of scrimmage.
Technically, that is a run, correct, Bearman? That's right, because it was a lateral, so technically it is a run, not a completed pass. So give 14 yards of ground game on that play. First down from the 31. Shotgun formation. Floyd moves to the left side of it. They load up strong left. Handoff, Smith bounces it back to the right, pushes it inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. Michael Grant, cornerback, one of those there to make the tackle for the Burros.
Counter play that time. The back starts left. Everybody blocks down, and then he comes back and follows his left guard. But, Joe, behind the seniors of Agnew at center Rogers at right guard and Wise at right tackle. That is a pretty stout offensive right side of this offensive line for Stwearts Creek.
You look at this size, 220, 200 on the left side, but look at the right side, 282, 240, 270, so they've got a little weight. And one of the things that Stwearts Creek is having success with so far tonight, good yardage on first down, putting themselves in second and short situations. They're in a 2nd and 4 right now. This is a straight I formation with Taylor under center. Rolling, Taylor looking, throws, has a man wide open in the flat, caught by Floyd. 20, 15, 10, 5, inside the 5, down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for the Redhawks.
Great job by Taylor, the quarterback, on the ball fake right there. Sells the defense on the handoff and then rolls left and finds his back in the flat. Big play, 1st and goal.
20-yard gain.
Nice call by Coach.
Yep, nice play there to roll him to the left, and Floyd just flushed out wide open. So 1st and goal.
Hillsboro had 10 guys up. 10 men around the line of scrimmage. Great call against that defense.
They officially spotted at the 5. 1st and goal, ball on the far hash mark. This is the opening drive of this contest. Handoff, Floyd into the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks. Boy, they ran over that big right side, Coach.
Again.
And he went in almost untouched for the score. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Impressive start to this game for the Redhawks.
So they march it downfield. They mix the run and the pass, primarily with the run.
Yes.
And a nice job.
I think they only threw 2 times in that series.
Landon Wharf, a sophomore, on to attempt the extra point. And he puts it up, and this kick is good. So an outstanding start for the homestanding Redhawks as Stwearts Creek grabs a 7-0 lead on Hillsboro on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue of the Greg Pogue Show. Now back to the action at the MidState High School Checkdown Game of the Week with the voice of high school football, Joe Fisher.
An impressive opening drive for Stwearts Creek. They march it downfield, put it in the end zone. Floyd with his 3rd rushing touchdown. Caleb Floyd to give the Redhawks a 7-0 lead. So now the Burros of Hillsboro will get their first opportunity as they will move right to left as you listen. And it will be Joshua Cartnell back deep to receive the kickoff, standing at about the 10-yard line. Cartnell is Hillsboro's leading receiver. He's also their leading man in return yardage. And let's see if Stwearts Creek elects to kick this ball deep. We're not seeing a lot of that lately, and we're going to see it kicked deep back to about the 7-yard line. Cartnell's going to get a shot to the 15, benches it right to the 20, has a little room to the 25, still in his feet to the 30. Penalty flag down to the 40-yard line. That's most likely a block in the back or a hold where that was thrown at about the 28-yard line. It was a nice return, but I believe a bunch of it is going to be negated.
When you go that far across the field, bad things usually happen because your blockers tend to turn back, and instead of getting in front of the coverage guys, they hit them from the side or get their helmet behind.
It was a 21-yard return. Our referee tonight is Tony Lee, and he indicates that this will go against the Burros and be walked back. And they're going to spot it at the 19-yard line. That's where the Burros will start 1st and 10. Trey Hodges is the quarterback. He's a junior, 5'10", 170. Talk about efficient, Coach.
Yes.
22 of 26. 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
And he loves number 4, Michael Bennett.
Yes, he does. First down, maybe a yard or so as they try the left side. Not much there. Bennett has been kind of their ace. The senior, 10 catches in their loss to Overton. He plays both sides of the football. He's a senior, 6'2" and 200. Their line, Carpenter, York, Manise, Bell Myers, Jones, they have size, 250, 275, 280, 265, 245, and they're without arguably their best lineman. Looking to throw on second down, pass to Bennett, made the catch for a very short gain as the rush from the Redhawks had flushed the quarterback Hodges out of the pocket to the right.
Yeah, and the ball's on the right hash, and they're running sprint out into the sideline. That's really short field to operate with. Not much room to get it done there and gain a 1.
Hillsboro has a senior, Markel Ham, who is out. He had tweaked an ankle. He's getting looks. He's got a 4.0 GPA. So he's getting looks from Ivy League schools, Vanderbilt, I think, others as well. 3rd and 8 for the Burros on their first third down opportunity. Shotgun formation, 2 wide to each side. Now they'll bring in man in motion and make it 3 to the left. Looking to the left, being chased. There's a penalty flag, and there's a sack. All the way back at the 14-yard line is Keelan Harris, the middle linebacker, comes through with a sack. There's a penalty flag. If it's against Hillsboro, it certainly will be declined.
You had 2 men going in motion, the slot on the right and the slot on the left. Both started to go, and then the one on the left stopped. What a burst by Keelan Harris, the linebacker for Stwearts Creek. I mean, he showed some explosiveness there to get to the quarterback.
His first sack, -7 on that sack. And, of course, Stwearts Creek declines the penalty, so they have a chance to get excellent field position after this punt. Caleb Durnan handles the punting duties. He's a sophomore for the Burros. Gets it away, wobbly, to the right side, is going to bounce out of bounds, and the Redhawks are going to start in Burros territory. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They will spot it at the 37-yard line.
One-step punter there, and the ball went off the side of his foot, and then it takes a sideways bounce, goes out of bounds, but great field position for Stwearts Creek to start their second drive.
23-yard punt. Floyd, 5 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown in the opening drive, and I would assume, Coach, we'll see more number 1 this drive. With the ball spotted at the Hillsboro 37. 7-0 Stwearts Creek, 6:20 to go first quarter. Wow. Toss sweep running right. Turning upfield is Smith, big hole 30. Finally dragged down at the 26-yard line. That had a chance to go a bit farther, but Braden Hightower got a good handle on him and slung him down, but it was not enough to stop him before the first down.
Joe, that was basically an unbalanced set to the right. Guard, tackle, tight end with a wing, and then the backside wing comes in motion. It's just toss sweep, and Stwearts Creek out-leverages Hillsboro's defense that time. Excellent gain on first down.
11 yards, and again, Stwearts Creek getting really good yardage on first down. Empty backfield. They load up to the right. They try a rocket screen to the right to Smith to the 20-yard line to the 19, and Smith's helmet comes off on the tackle. It's handed to him by Hightower, but Smith, I believe, will come out of the game for one play as the helmet came off. But once again, a gain of about 7 yards on first down.
Excellent blocking by the outside receiver and the third receiver in the trips that time to give the ball carrier a running lane, and gain of 7.
Ball on the near hash mark,
yes.
So the wide side of the field to the right, or the left rather, keep that in mind. They rolled him to that left side in that first drive. 2nd down and 3. Handoff Floyd, cuts it right up the middle. He'll have the first down to the 15-yard line. Tackle made there by Bennett. But again, this Red Hawk offense in pretty good gear right now.
This power run game going to the left. They pull the right guard and the tight end. It's GY going left, what they call for guard. Y is the basic designation for the tight end. But the left side all blocks down. It's gap blocking. You kick out with the guard and you lead up with the tight end. Big play.
61 yards rushing already for the Red Hawks in this first quarter. First down from the 15-yard line of the Burros, already leading 7-0 and knocking on the door. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Taylor going to look left. He's going to roll. He's going to fire to the flat, caught by Smith, and well covered. Bennett's going to make the tackle after a gain of about 3 yards. They tried to roll him left again, Coach.
Yes.
That time the Burros were on it.
They sure were. Excellent pursuit that time by the linebackers for Hillsboro to hold that to a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, excuse me.
you know, you can't just turn your back on Taylor. He's got 23 carries this year, 167 yards, and a couple of touchdowns, so he's certainly a dual threat.
Michael Bennett on that tackle for Hillsboro, who is very impressive.
2nd down and 7. They fake the pass, a little inside handoff to Floyd inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Boy, a little nifty handiwork right there by Taylor. He fakes the pass, and it's not the Statue of Liberty, Coach, but it's kind of similar because he hands it to a guy coming the other way to the left, ends up getting 11 yards and it's 1st and goal.
Well, Floyd, the running back, started right. The running back looked right, and like you said, he faked it, misdirection play, and then it's just a power run inside to the left that time. Nice call by Stwearts Creek.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Boy, they will bunch him up in a really tight formation, I formation with Taylor under center. Straight give, Floyd up the middle, touchdown. Not a lot of magic to that, just line up and power football, and the Red Hawks have pushed it to a 2-score lead here in the 1st quarter.
Excellent movement by the center, left guard, left tackle that time for Stwearts Creek. And the way Caleb Floyd is running the football, holy mackerel, he's hard to bring down.
7 carries, 38 yards, 2 touchdowns. So Floyd with 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown on the season. Wharf on to attempt the extra point, and it's up and it's good. 2 impressive scoring drives by the homestanding Red Hawks. And with 3:34 to go in the opening quarter, it's Stwearts Creek 14, Hillsboro nothing on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Touchdown, TSU! Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to join Nick Guerrero and me this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock pregame, kickoff 2:30. Tennessee State at 2nd-ranked North Dakota State, the FCS Power. Tigers are coming off a big win over Mississippi Valley State in the 25th John Merritt Classic and look to build on that by heading to the Fargo Dome this coming Saturday. Once again, pregame, 2 o'clock. Kickoff right here on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Well, you talk about efficiency. Stwearts Creek offense, 2 drives. They've run 15 plays. They've only been to 3rd down once. That was a 3rd and 2. They have done a great job of getting excellent yardage on 1st down. They have capitalized, and they have built a 14-0 first quarter lead over Hillsboro.
Oh, and you get as many yards as they're getting on 1st down. You're dictating tempo now. You have the Hillsboro defense back on their heels, and everything they've done so far has worked very well for the Red Hawks.
Cartnell back to receive the kickoff. It will be fielded back at the 2-yard line to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. That's Bradford. He's upended cartwheels to about the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 19, I believe. It's going to be a 17-yard return. And the Burros, I mean, we're only in the 1st quarter. We got a long way to go, but you kind of sense already Hillsboro needs to get something going offensively to try to slow down this Red Hawks momentum.
And the guy making the tackle there for the Red Hawks, number 7, Keelan Harris, who also had the sack on the last series.
He is their middle linebacker. Came into the game with 7 tackles. 1st down, Trey Hodges, the quarterback, gives a little misdirection, bouncing it outside Hamer. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Dominic Hamer, junior, 5'11", 175, came into the game with 18 carries, 173 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Hamer lined up on the left side that time. The slot on the right comes across the motion, and then they hand the ball back to Hamer going left to right, gets around the edge, gain of 4.
2nd down and 6. 2 wide to the left. 1 right, shotgun formation, tailback standing off the right shoulder. Man in motion comes right to left. Pass into the flat is dropped. Had the man intended for Cartnell, and he tried, it was the old classic, tried to turn and run with it before he secured it into his hands, and it's 3rd down and 6.
You know, you're trying to make something happen. You know your team needs a play, and ball was thrown very well, but he just looked upfield and took his eyes off the football. You teach guys, catch the ball with your eyes as well. You want to watch your fingers wrap around the football. The most important thing is the catch.
3rd and 6 for the Burros. Need to get the ball to the 29-yard line. Blitz is coming. Pass is caught at the 25, trying to find room. Bounces outside to the 30. He'll have the first down to the 31-yard line. That was tremendous effort to finally make the line to gain and move the chains for the first down. And I believe that was Taylon Banks with the reception, his first of the night. They needed that.
Hodges is looking at the linebacker coming off the edge. Again, it's number 7, Harris, and he stands in there and makes a heck of a throw under pressure. And the Burros get their first down of the evening.
First down from the 31-yard line. Shotgun formation. Handoff. Running left is the tailback. Gets to the 35, out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, and that's Hamer. There's a penalty flag down, though, however, behind the play. And it's going to be a hold on the Burros. This particular penalty, Coach, was not their issue in their last game, but as you mentioned leading in the open, 8 pre-snap penalties in their loss to Overton.
Yeah, that really set them back, and it's just a momentum killer. You know, after a while you start looking around going, hey, go late but go fast.
Right.
We don't need you to jump that quickly.
Well, instead of a nice 7 or 8 yard gain right there, now you're looking at
2nd and 20.
2nd and, let's see, from the spot of the foul, about 16.
16. Yep.
They said there would be no math. The Bear Man is in charge of the math tonight.
I will remember that.
Quick pass, I believe it was hit at the line of scrimmage,
yes.
And coming on that rush was Daniel Johnson, the linebacker. I love it, Coach, the defense. They list the players as dog, bear, nose, fox, hawk, will.
Yep. It identifies who you are and what you have to be. So it's their alter ego.
I would have been like wombat or something like that. You know, so I don't know what that means, but it would, remember the honey badger?
Oh, yes.
And so,
yes, sir. I was shocked the honey badger never got to touch the football more.
I know.
My goodness. But
3rd and 16 for the Burros. And I believe timeout has been requested by Hillsboro. They're trying to find a way to stem the momentum in this one here. You know, we really appreciate our sponsors. Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers, who help make these broadcasts possible. I was down the field before the game, and Ben Caudle, the head coach, and we were just kind of chatting as I try to visit with both coaches before the game just for a couple of minutes. And Coach Caudle kind of looked at me and said, "Don't you just love Friday night?" and I absolutely do. There's no doubt about it.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Friday night, great night to play. It's a great facility.
It is. You know,
wow.
This school was opened in 2013.
Yes.
So it's relatively new in the grand scheme of things. The elementary school, the middle school, the high school are all here. They're all on this same campus. They're all in the same footprint. This Stwearts Creek team, even though they began in 2013, they've made 5 playoff appearances, and I'm sure one of the things on their checklist is not only to make the playoffs, but to win a playoff game. They are 0-5 in their 5 playoff appearances.
That's the next step for the program. You have to get a playoff win because it does so much for the confidence of these players.
After the timeout, 3rd and 16 for the Burros. Hodges to throw. Throws underneath. Pass is caught across the 30-yard line, well short of the first down, to about the 34 on the reception. That was Braden Hightower. But that's going to set up a 4th down and about 7. And so the Burros will have to punt it away, as that will be Caleb Durden checking in.
Again, pressure coming from Stwearts Creek off the edge. And Hodges does a nice job of getting rid of the ball quickly and accurately. And then the receiver does a nice job with the run.
Durden gets this one away. It's high. It's not too deep. Angling to this side and slipping down and falling after the reception. And a return of a couple of yards is Marcel Gordon. And so he's going to get a couple of yards on the return, but decent field position for the Red Hawks as they will start from their own 39-yard line. 29-yard punt and a 2-yard return. Well, 2 drives so far for Stwearts Creek that have ended in perfection. They've only faced 1 third down so far. They converted it.
Still 1:29 to go here in the first quarter.
Quarterback Jerry Taylor, 4 for 4 passing for 34 yards. He is under center with an eye lined up off his left side. They send the man in motion, Smith. They fake the toss, hand to the tailback across the 45-yard line. That's Harris to the 46. Technically, Coach, I think it's interesting in this offense, Keelan Harris is listed as a tight end.
Yes.
And he lined up at a tailback spot.
Great job by the left guard, Roberts. Left tackle, Hill, getting movement on that left side and creating the opening there for a 7-yard gain.
And once again, the theme continues. A 7-yard gain on first down. It keeps them in that second and short situation. We're inside the final minute of the opening quarter here from Stwearts Creek. Man in motion is Mangrum. Now he'll set up in the right side. Pistol formation, handoff tailback. Boy, hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And staying on his feet and driving that ball forward across the 45-yard line down to the 43. Man, what a powerful run that was. I believe that was Floyd. He was hit in the backfield and somehow got 7 yards on that carry.
He's a guy that accelerates his feet on contact and just drives the pile back. On the field before the game, looking at him, he has a powerful lower body. And the great thing about him, like I said, as soon as he anticipates contact, he accelerates through it.
Well, you saw it there.
Yes.
First down from the 43-yard line of the Burros. Toss sweep running left. Floyd cuts it upfield, penalty flag down. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage. This is most likely going to be a hold on Stwearts Creek, and it is. So now with 5.9 seconds left in the quarter, do you take the penalty and walk it back, or do you make it 2nd down and 10? And my guess is they'll take the penalty. And they will.
Yep.
That's the first one of the night, I believe, against the Red Hawks, is it not? Yes, sir. So they walk it back into Red Hawk territory at the 47-yard line.
Toss sweep going left that time, but the tight end, man on the end of the line of scrimmage, got his arm around the defender. It looked like he was trying to tackle him. That was an easy call for the official.
So 1st and 20 now. They restarted the clock, so there will not be another play as we have finished 1 quarter of play. A good one for the homestanding Red Hawks. It's Stwearts Creek 14 and Hillsboro nothing on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative health care services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Hey Nashville, Bill King with the Bill King Show. Weekday morning 6 to 9. You're listening to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Well, one of the things about the early part of the season is you get into rules and interpretations. And one of the things, and Coach, you looked at me because they ran another play here just a moment ago, basically on an untimed down.
Yes.
Because, as you said,
the quarter can't end on a penalty. So they came out, sprint out to the right. They hit the wide receiver on a 6-yard hitch, and then he got up the field. And so now when the second quarter starts, it will be 2nd down, and I believe
about 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, again, you can't end the quarter on a penalty. I wish the official would have just waved the flag or something. But now we begin the second quarter.
Actually, it'll be 2nd down at about 11. Where the ball is back. They originally had it spotted in the wrong place. They moved it back to the 45-yard line. Opening quarter for Stwearts Creek, 90 yards rushing, 43 yards passing, 143 of total offense, and 8 first downs. You look at Hillsboro, 17 yards passing, 1 yard rushing, and only 1 first down. Domination by the Redhawks in quarter number 1.
Sure was.
So 2nd down and 11. Redhawks now moving right to left, wearing those red jerseys, white pants, and numerals. There's that little inside handoff again, and that's Floyd. He's going to have room inside the 35 to the 30, and finally dragged down from behind as he carries the defender with him. Tackled to the 22-yard line. Zion Puckett just grabbed him around the knees and held on. It's a 23-yard gain.
It's a counter play coming right to left. The right guard, right tackle pull as Rogers, the right guard, and Wise are the lead blockers there. But the slot man goes in motion left to right. You fake the toss sweep, and then you hand it back. Little misdirection. Nice run by Caleb Floyd.
Floyd, 9 carries, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns in this opening half. Empty backfield, shotgun. They swing it to the far side. Little quick receiver screen. Boy, that was blown up, and there's a penalty flag down on that tackle as the pass was thrown to Jeremy Smith, and that was blown up immediately by the Burros. Really nice defense on a 1-yard game, and now let's see what the penalty flag is. Most likely a hold.
Yes. Yeah, that was this initial signal, but you're right, Joe. What great pursuit by the Hillsboro defense that time to hold that to no gain.
These linebackers are all juniors for Hillsboro. Stewart, yes. Hightower, Carruthers, all juniors.
And run very well.
Yep.
They are fast.
That is the 2nd penalty, I believe, on Stewart's Creek tonight. Both of them holding penalties. Walks it back to the 30-yard line. It'll be first down and about 17. I formation, play action, rolling left. Taylor, ball is batted into the air, almost intercepted. And that was Bennett, Michael Bennett Jr. coming in. He's everywhere, Coach. He plays all over the field.
Stewart's Creek got in the eye this time, but Caleb Floyd was the up back. He was the fullback. He leaks out into the flat to the left, and it was going to be a play-action pass to him. But what a great play by Bennett to leave his feet and bat that ball down.
That is the first incompletion of the night for Jerry Taylor. He's now 6 for 7 for 46 yards. 2nd down and 17 from the Burros 30-yard line. Stewart's Creek leading 14-0 and with the football. Shotgun formation now, empty backfield, 3 receivers right, and now a timeout is taken as I believe Coach Ben Caldwell thought maybe there was a little bit of confusion. And I was just thinking about it, Coach, when you mentioned Caleb Floyd is lined up in the fullback spot.
Yeah.
How difficult is it in this offense for players to learn multiple positions? Because Floyd is playing wide out, tight end, or flanker, if you will.
Right.
Tailback. Fullback?
Well, the great thing is, Joe, Coach Cardle and his staff, they'll give a play just one word. Like it could be Phoenix. But in Phoenix, I line up as the fullback instead of the tailback, and I'm running the flat route to the left. So it's the way that you teach it, and then as you move your personnel around, they learn their assignment from the one-play call.
Instead of all the numbers and words and the whole thing.
I got to tell you, it's hieroglyphics anymore in the NFL. Holy mackerel. I'm surprised they don't have a 60-second play clock.
Yeah, it's hard to get the call in, isn't it?
You're trying to tell all 10 other guys what to do, and the quarterback's going, oh, my God, now I got to turn the protection. Now I got to – come on, man. One word, let's roll.
2nd and 17 after the timeout.
I still adhere to the KISS theory.
Keep it simple
and simpler. I don't like to use that other word, but oh my gosh.
Was it that way when you were
we had a unique
and all that group?
With Coach Holtz, when I was playing for him at NC State, they would signal the formation, but the quarterback had to run over and get the play call and then go back in. So they signaled formation, but he gave you the play as you came to him.
Taylor just throws this one into the ground as it gets flushed, and that's going to be intentional grounding. I don't think he got out of the tackle box. Nope. He dropped straight back and tried to get rid of it as the rush was coming by the Burros that time. And Taylor, instead of sending it downfield, he just kind of threw it into the turf.
It's going to be a middle screen that time to the tight end. And as Taylor kept giving off ground, excellent pressure by the Hillsboro front that time.
Only that front 3, but they got in that time, and they're going to walk the ball all the way back Intentional grounding. That's loss of down, by the way. So now you're looking at 3rd down and from here to Las Casas.
I mean, this is from here to Broadway, isn't it? Wow.
From the 47 has to get to the 13. What is that, 35 yards? 3rd and 35. 3rd and 34. Okay, fine, Bearman, correct me. Taylor rolling right, going to send it downfield, nobody home. Hillsboro has found a little something, Coach, this last couple of plays. They're getting some pressure on the Stwearts Creek quarterback.
They sure are, and it looks like, Joe, it's a delayed blitz. It's a key blitz. Once the offensive linemen make their move to whether it's turn protection or man protection, then the linebacker is coming a little bit later. And the last 2 plays, I mean, they have done a great job.
Now, R.C. Davis, the sophomore, is the punter. This is key. In their game against Blackman last week, they had 2 punts blocked in the 3rd quarter that really turned the tide in that game. So I would imagine that they spent quite a bit of time this week in special teams. Low snap, one hops to him. Davis picked it up. It's a low kick. It's going to bounce at the 30, roll inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, and it's going to find its way to the end zone. Give him credit for fielding the one hopper coming back. It's 47 yards as the crow flies, but it goes into the end zone. But I would imagine if you're Stwearts Creek right now, you feel like you kind of dodged a bullet with that snap, and that's going to be something that we'll have to keep an eye on. Special teams has been a little bit of a question mark so far.
That punter did a great job. Yep. He didn't even step. He just picked the ball up and kicked it. And then great roll. Almost a super play by the coverage team.
First down for the Burros from their own 20-yard line, moving left to right. And now the referee, Tony Lee, coming over here to the near sideline, to the Stwearts Creek sideline. I have a conversation with the head coach. He's going to wander a little farther down the sideline. Here comes the head coach. He was over here talking to the offense. And Tony Lee said, I need to talk to you for a second, Coach. I think it's got something to do. He's pointing. It looked to me like he's pointing to pads, right? Knee pads?
They had to get a substitute in. Stwearts Creek substituted number 11, Adarian Davis, in at the right corner because he is in for 14. Canal Saint
Swar, huh?
Swar, because Swar didn't have his knee pads in.
That is a point of emphasis this year.
Yes, it is. Yep. And you know what? It should be.
Should be, absolutely.
I mean, you're trying to, for the safety of the game, why risk taking a helmet or something to the knee when it should be covered by your knee pads?
They're watching that. They're watching mouthpieces in place,
yep.
Keeping an eye on that. So, but a nice job there by Tony Lee to come over and say, Coach, here's why I did it. Here's what, here's the situation. And that message can be sent throughout the rest of the team.
Usually you have a coach that's going to check that down.
First down pistol formation for the Burros. A couple of receivers to the right. Rolling right is Hodges looking downfield, dumps it into the flat, overthrew it, almost intercepted. At the 25-yard line, about the closest player to it, I believe, was Jalen Barnes. Actually, that was number 18. That was Taj Roseboro. Roseboro, outstanding basketball player down here, and I think he walked over to the coach and said, you know what? I think I'd like to try this football thing. Worked out pretty good. 2nd and 10 for Hillsboro. Total offense for the Burros, 18 yards so far. Ball in the far hash mark, moving left to right. Pistol formation again. Early movement, the receiver is 7 yards downfield. He thought they were going on first go, and he went and nobody else did.
Shades of last week. Again, last week, 8. Coach Brown was telling me that they had 8 pre-snap penalties.
There's the first one, I think, tonight. Second penalty of the night on the Burros for 15 yards, but now 2nd and 15 as they walk it back to the 15-yard line. High snap, he gets it down, hands off tailback, finds a little room out to the 20-yard line, running left. With that carry, brings up a 3rd down and about 10 for the Burros.
Nice initial movement in there. The running back was trying to go off the left guard. Nothing was there. He slid more to the left tackle and then got it upfield for some positive yardage.
So 3rd and 10. 2 wide right. Shotgun formation for the quarterback Hodges, standing back at his 15-yard line. And now officials blow a whistle and stop play.
Yep.
I don't know if they just wanted to reset the play clock or a little conversation. Tony Lee talking to the quarterback, and now he'll wind the clock. Inside 10 minutes to go in this first half. 3rd and 10 for the Burros from their 20. Shotgun rush is coming. They send the blitz. Hodges being chased. Throws one up for grabs. It's caught. It's going to be short of the first down at the 25. Somehow he got it out of there and made something out of nothing, and a gain of 5, but it brings up 4th down.
What a play by Trey Hodges. 2 defenders coming off the edge to his right, unblocked. He keeps backing up, buys time. But the great thing is he keeps his eyes downfield and sees his receiver in the middle of the field there and gets the completion. So number one, he doesn't take the sack. It's not a lost yardage play, and it wasn't a turnover.
Boy, and the sack would have been inside the 5-yard line. He was all the way back near the goal line.
Yes.
Here's Durbin on 4th down to punt it away. Off the side of his foot, angling this side, bounces at the 45, and it's dropped on the one hop. That ball is loose, and I believe Hillsboro's got it. The Burros have recovered the football. He muffed it. He tried to pick it up on one hop, and I believe it was number 17 for the Burros. That's Josiah Stewart who pounced on it. Just the mistake by the return man. Tried to field it on one hop, didn't field it cleanly, and paid the price for it.
Yeah, that was Daniel Johnson for Stewart's Creek trying to catch it on the bounce, but he was getting pressured. Good coverage right there. Big turnover for Hillsboro, and he changes field position.
A plus 22 basically for Hillsboro. That was the
longest play of the night.
That's right. Longest they had. That's more than the total offense they had to this point. 1st and 10 for the Burros now from their own 43-yard line. Let's see if this is a little boost for them. Shotgun formation and early movement, and you can see the Stewart's Creek players all pointing to the line, and we may have another one, and we do. Another one of those pre-snap penalties.
That was Glenn Richardson at the tight end there. Once you go down in your stance and you're in a 3-point stance, your right hand is down. He came up and then tried to go back down, and once you're set, you can't move.
That is penalty number 3 on the Burros in the night for 20 yards. High snap in the shotgun, handoff tailback, pushes to about the 46 before the pile catches in there, and nobody went to the ground. There are 19 guys all standing there stymied as they stop there's one guy getting up off the bottom of the pile. But a short gain. Harris with the stop on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down and about 12.
2nd down for Hillsboro.
So 6 yards rushing for the Burros officially, 22 yards passing, 28 yards of total offense so far in this first half.
Let's see if Coach Brown tries to get Trey Hodges, the quarterback, outside on a run-pass option here.
He would usually look for Bennett in that situation. Straight handoff, Hightower tries the left, nowhere. Boy, good defense. Stewart's Creek stood him up and threw him backwards and totally stopped the play. And I believe that was number 38, Ben Cunningham, leading the charge for the Red Hawks defense. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and Bryson Hayes was in there as well, the defensive end. Hayes got off on the snap of the football, got upfield and disrupted the offense's rhythm.
Hayes came into this game their leading tackler.
Yep.
3rd and 12 for the Burros. Hillsboro 1 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Most of them have been 6 yards or more, as a matter of fact, and this one is a 3rd down and 12. 3-man defensive front for the Red Hawks. Man in motion, right to left is Cartnell. Now he sets up in the slot left. Hodges looking to throw. Fires, pass is tipped into the air, and it is caught. Is shy of the first down. Going up to pull it down with Zion Puckett. It was tapped by a defender into the air. Puckett caught it at the 44. He'll be 2 yards shy of the first down. I would think 4th down territory.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it sure is. With Puckett, he runs a dig route, drives up about 12, and then he comes inside. The ball was thrown over the outside linebacker who tipped it, but Puckett does a great job of staying with the football and making the catch.
Puckett's glad to be playing. He's been injury prone his entire career. Missed 6 games last year, missed 4 games the year before. They say this is kind of the healthiest he's been, so he's glad to be playing.
Encouraging sign. All right.
4th and 2 for the Burros. They'll go for it from the Red Hawks 44. It'll be a shotgun formation, wide out to the right. And I believe timeout is going to be requested. It will be by the Burros. I mean, this is an important play.
Play clock is not working. So the back judge, when his hand goes up and he starts to bring it down, that means there's 10 seconds left. Well, he got it down to about 3. And Coach Brown saw it and called the timeout. Great job by Coach Brown understanding the situation.
And that's one of the things, I know you address it at some point, but you wouldn't talk about it a lot for the quarterback to know to look for that.
First thing we did when we were the visiting team, when we walked into the stadium, find the play clock. Quarterbacks, receivers, everybody find the play clock because they're in different areas.
Oh, absolutely.
But you have to find them, and as it is getting down under 10, you have to look to the sideline then to see if you want the timeout. Now, if the play clocks aren't working, the back judge there, once his hand is up and it starts movement, that means he started the 10-second
10 seconds count.
Yes, sir.
4th and 2 for the Burros. Ball at the Red Hawks 44-yard line, right in the middle of the field. 2 wide right, shotgun formation, man motions and sets up in the slot right. High snap, keeper by Hodges. Dumps pass in the flat, caught. 40, 35, 30, Bennett, 25, hit at the 23, first down Hillsboro. Very nice play call by the Burros and a big gain for the first down.
The timeout worked. Excellent job of getting everybody on the same page. And again, Stwearts Creek doing what they've done all night on 3rd down and 4th, and in this situation on 4th down, bringing 2 rushers off the edge. And I just got to commend Trey Hodges for the poise he's showing under pressure and completes the ball in the flat. And then what a run by Bennett.
21 yards on the gain. First down at the Red Hawk 24-yard line. Wide outs to each side, shotgun formation for Hodges. Hodges gives Hightower right up the middle inside the 20, just powers it to about the 17-yard line. I know, and I want to credit Will Brown, our guy in the studio, who helped us with the scouting report for these teams. Coach Brown said he kind of compares Hightower to Ricky Waters.
Oh,
how's that? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good comparison right there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
He's going to get another opportunity here, and this time about half of that defensive line was right there to stop him, maybe for a loss of a couple of yards on the play.
Joe, actually, the night I went to see Ricky Waters play, the first night I went to see him play, he scored 6 touchdowns. 3 as a running back, and then 3 as a wide receiver. And what a night! But
did he pay you to come back?
Well, it was great that he came to Notre Dame and played for us. You know, when we beat Miami 31-30, we moved him to receiver for that.
That's right, yeah. Pistol formation, 3rd down and 6. Quick pass far side, caught, tackle made immediately, hit made. It's going to be broken up and incomplete. They were looking for Javarian Bradford, but boy, Stwearts Creek's defense closed quickly and broke that up, and it brings up now a 4th down decision. A field goal from here, Coach, would be 37, 38 yards. I believe that the Burros will go for it.
Trey Hodges again. Excellent rhythm and timing, delivering the ball with accuracy. I'm really impressed with the way Hodges is throwing this football under pressure.
4th and 7 for the Burros. Ball needs to get to about the 14-yard line. Penalty flag is down. Pass is broken up and incomplete. Threw it over the middle. That pass was broken up and knocked down, and that's an incompletion. The penalty, if it's on the Burros, obviously will be declined, and Stwearts Creek's defense makes a stand.
It was illegal formation, and it is declined, yes.
I think that was Mo Azulden who knocked that ball down for the Red Hawks. And it's interesting, in their Blackman game last week, Coach, the Red Hawks were backed up on their own 2-yard line. And on 1st down, dropped back and sent it long and hit the home run for 98 yards.
Saw it on tape. It was really fun to watch.
So first down for the Red Hawks from their 20, leading 14-0. Handoff tailback, Smith running left. Nice open field tackle there after a very short gain. That was Justin Carruthers, the weak side linebacker, making the tackle after a gain. They're going to mark him down at the 22, so that's a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
They moved Caleb Floyd. Stwearts Creek moved Caleb Floyd up to a wing like a tight end, and he sealed the edge. Excellent block by Floyd, but better pursuit by the Hillsboro defense.
That's like the fourth different position he's lined up in tonight.
This guy's a Swiss Army knife now. He can do it all.
2nd down and 8. 2 wide left. Shotgun formation. And I got a little movement there and some confusion. And, boy, I've seen it sometimes, Coach, with the illegal procedure. Sometimes you got so many toys to play with, you get a little bit confused.
You can outthink yourselves when you're trying to get as much pre-snap motion involved, and that's what happened there. The right guard pulled in the slot on the right. They both went in motion together.
Stwearts Creek 115 yards on the ground, 46 through the air, so 161 in total offense so far. Handoff, tailback up the middle, swallowed up at about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line, so a gain of about 4 on the play. As Caleb Floyd with the carry. He's got 10 carries for 74 yards on the evening.
And the guy making the tackle for Hillsboro, Michael Bennett.
Again.
Oh, my gosh.
Came into the game with 15 tackles. Had a scoop and score touchdown against Overton, as a matter of fact.
Yes. Oh, a little cramping.
Yep, looks like we got a Hillsboro player down.
Officials timeout on the field.
Kind of wiggling the legs there, trying to shake things up. I'll tell you what, while they tend to him, why don't we take a timeout? We'll take a timeout here with 3:15 left in this first half. Stwearts Creek 14, Hillsboro nothing on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Boy, we hope you stay tuned on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio Monday through Friday. The lineup 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Bill King Show. And you hear my partner here, Pete Cordelli, on Friday mornings with Bill. 9 to 11, JB and the General, John Burton and Patton Cook. Then 11 a.m. to 2, Jim Rome. 2 to 4 p.m., the Pokester, Greg Pogue. And then 4 to 6, George Plaster, all here on WNSR. After the timeout, 3rd down and 9 for the Red Hawks. Clock is running with 3:12. Even after the timeout, they started the clock. Oh, no, that was after the injury. That's
yes.
right. So 3rd and 9. Shotgun formation. Low snap. Taylor with a little shoulder fake. They try to set up a screen this side. 25. Oh, hammering to the 30 and lowering his shoulder and getting the first down. Oh, I'm telling you, Caleb Floyd, he just accelerated through the defender. He was tackled at the 33, but it moves the chains.
He got hit at the 29. He was a yard short. But again, acceleration on contact, and he gains those yak yards. I mean, this guy is impressive. The power he shows when he runs through people is very impressive.
Senior 5'10", 195. That was a 12-yard gain. First down from the 33-yard line. Inside handoff. A little cross-buck action tackle and hit at the 35. Still on his feet. Smith to the 39. Boy, he would not be denied. To the 39-yard line and a gain of about 6 on the play.
Again, misdirection play. Slot on the left, goes in motion to the right. Right guard, right tackle, pull. The running back steps right to try to get the linebacker to move, and then he comes back to the left side. Gain of 7.
You know, they have the big play potential. Smith had touchdown runs of 80 and 65 in the win over Tullahoma.
This power run game, Joe, it gives you angles because you can block down. So you seal the inside kick out, and then you get it downhill. Stwearts Creek doing an excellent job tonight with the power run game.
2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Taylor rolling right, dumps it in the flat. Pass caught by Smith, 45 midfield. Tackled just across midfield at the 49, and that'll be a first down for the Redhawks. Stayed in bounds. They'll stop the clock, move the chains, 15-yard gain with 1:34 left in the half.
Smith starts out like he's going to block the end, and then he slips to the flat. The edge defender for Hillsboro comes upfield to try to pressure Taylor, but he gets the ball off. Nice throw and catch.
Taylor 8 of 11 passing, 73 yards. On first down, they'll hand off to Floyd. Runs right, turns upfield. He'll get 3 or 4 yards on first down. You know, Floyd tore his ACL, Coach, in January of 2023. He did not miss a game in the 2023 season.
Yeah.
That's amazing to come back in 7-8 months in rehab and not miss a game.
No question about it, because usually those are 9 months to
Or
a
more.
year, depending. But when you work as hard at rehab as this young man did, you can see how he came back early.
Timeout with 1:11 left in this first half. Boy, I know we've still got a long way to go. It's only a 2-score game, but Hillsboro's got to be really dead set on trying to keep Stwearts Creek from getting any more points on this board before halftime.
And then Hillsboro gets the ball to start the second half. So you get a stop here. Talk about the middle 8. Last 4 minutes of the second quarter, first 4 minutes of the third quarter. If you can get the stop here and then get the ball back to start the second half, your halftime adjustments will pay huge dividends.
Floyd 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taylor 8 of 11 passing for 73 yards. Second down and 6. Ball spotted at the Hillsboro 46-yard line. Empty backfield, shotgun rolling left. Now he's going to keep it. Turn outside and could not break the tackle at the 42-yard line. That was Hamer with a nice open field tackle and a gain that will set up a 3rd down and 2 after a gain of 4. I thought we might see a little more of Taylor getting out on the edge than we have so far.
Yes, but with the way the counter play is going and the gains they're making in the power run game, they haven't needed him to use his feet yet.
Taylor to throw. Now he's going to look downfield. He's going to dump it. Had a man wide open, 32, 30, 25, breaks the tackle down the sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Stwearts Creek. Jeremy Smith broke the tackle and takes it 42 yards for the touchdown.
Jerry Taylor does an excellent job on the run, on the move, keeping his eyes downfield and delivering a catchable ball. And then, again, we see another Stwearts Creek receiver run through the arm tackle.
It looked like Taylor was content that he was going to have to run the football, and then when the defenders closed on him, it opened up that area to find his receiver.
Kind of like a point guard in basketball. Let me dish it here.
He gets the assist for sure.
Yes.
Extra point by Landon Wharf is up, and it's good. And boy, what a big boost of momentum for Stwearts Creek as they will, looks like, with 31.9 in this half, go to the locker room with a 21-0 lead, and they have been, Coach Cordelli, dominant here in this first half.
They sure have. And now if you're Hillsboro, don't get caught off guard. Stwearts Creek may come back and try an onside kick. So you have to see the ball off the tee to make sure that Stwearts Creek doesn't try and get a quick one here.
That's an interesting thought. A lot of people wouldn't think that. It might certainly be worth the gamble. Especially since Hillsboro's not been able to move the football.
And especially if, I believe they have 2 timeouts left in this half. It would not surprise me, because you're thinking, all right, 31 seconds.
Run out the clock, go to the locker room. Right.
This is a great place to try the onside kick.
Here's no coach talking. You've been in that office late at night drawing up stuff, haven't you?
Hey, buddy, we're just trying to get extra possessions, man. How do I get an extra possession?
Well, let's see. Ball near hash at the 40. Hillsboro's men back at the 15-yard line.
Oh, squibs it.
And he squibbed it, and it's pounced on at the 30-yard line by the Burros. So let's see what they elect to do with 31.9 remaining before intermission.
Joe, I've been in games, and I know you've seen them as well. And Barry, you've seen them on those line drive shots. I've seen them
bounce off guys.
Hit the front line guy right in the chest, and it bounced back. And that's the unscripted kickoff.
So the ball is at the 30-yard line. Burrow's offense has been just totally held in check. 54 yards passing, 13 yards rushing, so 67 yards of total offense in this first half.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for Hillsboro.
Hodges at quarterback in the gun. Just going to hand it off to the tailback, and he's going to go nowhere. And it looks like the Burros are going to be content to take this to the locker room and try to regroup at halftime.
Number 7, Keelan Harris.
Harris, the middle linebacker, with another tackle. Very active night for him defensively. And Hillsboro does not have to run another play, and it doesn't look like they will.
Keelan Harris, number 7, the middle linebacker, he and Caleb Floyd, they look like twins. Watching them on the field warm up, I mean, just powerful lower body guys.
About the same size. Harris 6 foot 195, Floyd 5'10", 195.
Yep.
First half belonged to Stwearts Creek. 21-0 Redhawks. An impressive first half, and I believe Coach Caudle's going to join us here in just a moment for a quick word before they go to the locker room.
We're good, Joe.
Okay, Coach, you with me?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that first half?
Well, we really executed well on each drive, had that third drive, a 1st and 10 on the 22, almost in the red zone, then had 25 yards of penalties. Obviously, we want to have that one punt return back that we shouldn't have fielded and fumbled, and really feel like we've executed really well on offense and should kind of left a score on the board. But those mistakes are something we got to fix.
Coach, your pre-snap motion is getting some guys moving, and then you're coming back with the counter play. But your right side of this offensive line, they are creating some big running lanes for Floyd.
Yeah, we've got some good guys on that side, good guys on the left as well, and Jeremy's touching it well tonight as well, running the ball, and that's something we certainly want to build around.
What's your message when you go into the locker room with a lead like this?
We, the past 2 weeks, we have not played well offensively in the third quarter, so that's certainly something we want to sustain our momentum in the third quarter, especially last week at Blackman. We did not do that with a halftime lead. Also had a fumble in the first series against Tullahoma in the third quarter 2 weeks ago, so that's going to be the message.
Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
Good first half for Stwearts Creek. They lead Hillsboro by a score of 21-0 here on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Champions Run Golf Course in Rockville and Rutherford County stylistically showcases the natural beauty of Middle Tennessee while emphasizing the distinctive mark of its architect, C. Stewart Moore. The 6,900-yard par 72 championship course has numerous bunkers and water hazards, and every hole unique in its own way. Champions Run provides the perfect measure of comfort and challenge for your individual game. They also have an additional par 3, which they refer to as the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Visit championsrun.golf for tee times and more information. Lifetime Murfreesboro resident and businessman Taylor Wright at his T. Wright Properties and Century 21 Wright Realty are proud to be sponsor of all the high school football coverage tonight on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio. For rental property and property management, it's T. Wright Property. For buying and selling real estate, it's Century 21 Wright Realty. Nobody does it better in Rutherford County. Visit TWrightProperties.com to learn more. Thanks to everybody who supports high school athletics. Enjoy this night of high school football in the borough, brought to you in part by hometown hero Taylor Wright.
Hey, college football fans, Bill King here. Listen to Ole Miss Evie Friday mornings at 7 on The Bill King Show. You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Well, thank you very much, Bill King. Halftime. All Stwearts Creek so far, 21-0 over the Burros of Hillsboro. Joe Fisher, Pete Cordelli with you. Will Brown will join us in just a few minutes from the studio. Well, the stats kind of tell the story, Coach. You look, rushing for Stwearts Creek, 134 yards, passing 115, 249 of offense in the first half. Hillsboro, 13 yards rushing and 54 yards passing for a total of 67 yards.
Well, obviously, Caleb Floyd has been very impressive, but he's so physical. His yards after contact are just tremendous. But the misdirection, the big offensive line for Stwearts Creek, with their power run game, with the angle block and pulling the guards, kicking out, sealing the inside. I mean, this is a very impressive offensive performance by Stwearts Creek. But I got to tell you, Trey Hodges, to stand in there under duress, under pressure, and still deliver the football, you have to commend that young man for Hillsboro as well.
Yep, he's hung in there and made some very good decisions. He's 6 of 11 passing for 54 yards, but he's been under fire.
Yep. And then the other guy is Michael Bennett. He's been impressive for Hillsboro. I mean, those guys are competing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just Stwearts Creek so far correcting the mistakes of the first 2 weeks. And again, a couple penalties, 2 holding calls and things, but that you can overcome that. These are all things that can be corrected. So very impressive half.
Individually, Taylor passing for Stwearts Creek, 9 of 12 for 115 yards. Rushing-wise, Floyd, 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Smith, 6 carries for 45 yards. Receiving-wise, Floyd, he's a dual threat. 3 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. Smith, 5 catches for 32. Hillsboro, again, Hodges, 6 for 11, 54 yards. Dominic Hamer, the leading rusher, 4 carries for 12 yards. Hightower held to 4 carries for 7 yards. Biggest play of the game, the 21-yard reception by Bennett for Hillsboro. He has 2 catches for 22 yards. But Hillsboro coach has got to go in there and find some kind of way to get this offense in gear.
Well, the biggest thing is that up front, they have to get some movement. And right now, the defensive line for Stwearts Creek is creating a new line of scrimmage. They're getting penetration. They're knocking them back. So there aren't really any running lanes for the running backs for Hillsboro. That's why I think we may see Hodges get more on the perimeter. So if you can't run the football between the tackles and you have a quarterback that's as athletic as Hodges, you have to get him involved with the run-pass option on the perimeter.
Sure, that's being discussed right now in the locker room. I'll tell you what, we'll take a break. We'll come back, go to Will Brown in the studio and get you scores and highlights from what's going on this Friday night in high school football. It's 21-0 Stwearts Creek at the half on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
At a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in Hollywood as the Las Vegas Raiders come to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Raiders have Davante Adams running routes and posting 6.
20, 10, he's gone! Touchdown, Raiders!
The Chargers have an electric defense with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. It's the Raiders at the Chargers this Sunday on Sports USA.
Pre-game coverage begins at 2:30, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffet and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare studio.
It is halftime. WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Call, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. We are at the halfway point. The Burros of Hillsboro down to the Red Hawks of Stwearts Creek 21-0. Dominant first half for sure for the Red Hawks. 249 yards of total offense, majority of that on the ground. This is a Stwearts Creek program. They pride themselves on the run. Hillsboro, a 60-40 run to pass program, but right now only 67 yards of total offense for the Burros, and a team that last week that had 8 pre-snap penalties. How, as we've listened to this broadcast, we've heard at least 3.
See, I wanted to say at least 3 or 4, but yeah, probably 3.
Yeah, discipline not going the way of the Anthony Brown-led Hillsboro Burros. But that's what's going on in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Got some other scores around the Mid-State, and we'll start with this one. Brentwood 35, Hendersonville 7. Zell Harding out there in the Antioch area get their football program up and going yet again. They have a 19-0 lead over the Colts of Glencliff. The Bears of Antioch looking to go 3-0 for the first time since 2012. They're at the halfway point with a really struggling Cane Ridge team. That score, Antioch 22, Cane Ridge yet to get on the board. Mount Juliet 17, Gallatin 0, Springfield 16, Henry County 10, Westmoreland 21, White House Heritage only put 1 touchdown on the board through the halfway point. Oakland doing what Oakland does best, winning teams and putting teams to sleep right now with a 21-0 lead over Haywood, Anderson County, 28, Bearden 18, Liberty Creek 17, Smith County 6, Lipscomb Academy looking to get their first win in the Coach Jamie Graham era. Right now, they are defeating Briarcrest 21-7, and Bobby Ball at Battleground Academy 28-14. That, I'm pretty sure, is a really good battle. You got Jared Curtis out there at Nashville Christian tossing the pigskin around. Some more scores. The defending 6A state champion Houston Mustangs out of Memphis, Tennessee over Germantown right now 17-16. Memphis East 18, Sheffield 7. That game is at the halfway point. Laredo 14, Harpeth yet to score. Morristown over Tennessee High 20-7. That game is in the fourth quarter. Huntington 22, Adamsville 6. That game has just reached halftime. Centennial 7, Independence 3. That game in the second stanza. So a 4-point lead for the Cougars. Ravenwood, Blackman tied at 7. And another update, Oakland 28, now Haywood on the board, so no shutout today for the Patriots. Oakland 28, Haywood 6, extra point pending. The Portland Panthers 14, Davidson Academy 10, Moore County 7, Eagleville 7, Bolton 27. Lakeland Prep has not scored. Grace Baptist 41, Innovation 6, Nolensville with a 14-point lead over McGavick. CPA all over JP2 right now, 28-3. This is a Pope Prep team looking to avoid an 0-3 start 2 seasons in a row, but a really tough schedule for third-year head coach Brian Sneed out there for the boys in dark navy and gold. Dyer County 26, Union City 14, Kirkwood 15, Clarksville Northwest has not scored. Halls and Fulton tied at 14. Smyrna 22, Siegel 11. No score change in the Springfield and Henry County game. The Yellow Jackets from Robertson County with a 6-point lead. East Hamilton 22-0. Clarksville all over Kenwood right now, 42-6. Pearl Cone 21, Creekwood 7. This is a Pearl Cone team 0-2 early stages of the season, but this is another team. I mean, they're playing a tough schedule. Once they get into that 4A region schedule that they possess, I mean, you got some tough games coming up. You got Marshall County coming up later on in the season, and Coach Bernetti, I mean, he's just preparing his team for what he has to deal with in Class 4A. Tellico Plains 21, Sweetwater 0, Oakdale 32, Sunbright 0, McMinn County 21, Polk County 9. DCA, Donaldson Christian Academy, shout out to Patton Cook, that's his high school alma mater. They are tied with Tennessee Heat at 14. South Pittsburgh 34, Copper Basin nothing. Marion County 28, Chattanooga Central has not gotten on the board. Oliver Springs 19, Harriman 7. And Volunteer and Sullivan East are both tied at 14. North Green 12 and Jellicoe 0. So how that is what's going on in the Mid-State and all over the state of Tennessee. It's been a fun game so far with this Hillsboro and Stwearts Creek programs, but I mean, if you look at the Burrows, I mean, they just got to get something going. I mean, they were able to recover an onside kick early on in the game, but other than that, outside of those 3 pre-snap penalties, I mean, Stwearts Creek right now just showing why they're the better team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, you know, they're not getting a lot of offensive yards as far as Hillsboro goes, but I think they could still be in the game, right? They could come back if they kind of get their stuff together and whip their team into shape a little bit and stop, you know, messing up on the easy stuff, right? I kind of mentioned to you that when you put your hand down and, you know, you're in that 3-point stance and you move again, that's a penalty. And that's like day one elementary stuff, dude. You can't be making those kinds of mistakes when you're at the high school level, I don't feel like. And that's, you know, if they get that together, then I think they could do all right.
Yeah, this is a Hillsboro team coming off of a 29-13 loss against John Overton High School. And Stwearts Creek, I mean, they had a really tough loss at Blackman last week, 42-35 after an impressive 33-21 win over Tullahoma to kick the season off. So what we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. And when we come back, it will be Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli. A little more halftime left to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Touchdown, TSU.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to join Nick Guerrero and me this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock pregame, kickoff 2:30. Tennessee State at second-ranked North Dakota State, the FCS Power. Tigers are coming off a big win over Mississippi Valley State in the 25th John Merritt Classic and look to build on that by heading to the Fargo Dome this coming Saturday. Once again, pregame, 2 o'clock. Kickoff right here on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Tennessee at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to the field for second half kickoff. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Coach Pete Cordelli with color analysis. Now down to the field, and here is Joe Fisher.
Halftime here at Stwearts Creek High School, Smyrna, Tennessee. Stwearts Creek 21, Hillsboro nothing. Stwearts Creek Class 6A Region 5, Hillsboro Class 5A Region 6, and they're about to get into region play. Most of them will start next week. Some actually started this week. In 6A, which is Stwearts Creek is involved in, Antioch 2-0. They're playing Cane Ridge tonight. That is a region game. That's the first one, but that region includes Antioch, McGavock, Stwearts Creek, Cane Ridge, Smyrna, and Laverne. For Hillsboro Class 5A Region 6 is Page, Nolensville, Centennial, Hillsboro, James Lawson, and Glencliff. That's going to be an interesting region. All those teams already have at least one win. Page has 2 already in the season, so that's going to be an interesting region to watch. 21-0 Stwearts Creek at intermission in the first half for the Redhawks. 134 yards on the ground, 115 through the air, so 249 of total offense, 12 first downs in the first half. They were penalized 4 times for 43 yards, fumbled once. That was the one big mistake, and you heard the coach reference it when they tried to play the punt on one hop, muffed it, and gave it up. That was really the only big hiccup for them in the first half. They were 3 for 4 on third down. Hillsboro held to just 13 yards rushing in the first half, 54 yards through the air, so 67 yards of total offense. 2 first downs, 2 in the entire first half. Penalized 3 times for 20 yards. They had 1 fumble as well that was lost. Only 1 of 6 on third down, but Coach, when you look at it, the shortest third down opportunity they had was 6 yards. They were in third and long all night.
Yeah, they really were. And again, credit to Stwearts Creek defensive line linebackers. They are dominating the line of scrimmage on first and second down, and Hillsboro has not been able to move the football through the running game. So they've tried to get backs in the flat or roll out, hit a receiver here and there. But I would anticipate that we're going to see Hodges, the quarterback for Hillsboro, get on the perimeter with the run-pass option and use his feet to make some plays in the second half.
Taylor, the quarterback for Stwearts Creek, 9 of 12 passing, 115 yards and a touchdown. Rushing-wise, Caleb Floyd, 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Jeremy Smith, 6 carries for 45 yards. Floyd, the leading receiver as well in terms of yardage, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Smith, 5 catches for 32 yards. For Hillsboro, Hodges, 6 for 11 for 54 yards on the evening so far. Leading receiver is out of the backfield, Hamer, 4 catches for 12 yards. Hightower, 4 catches for 7 yards. In terms of rushing the football, those were the leading rushers. Leading receiver is Michael Bennett Jr., 2 catches for 22 yards. I think their longest play from scrimmage Coach, was that play to Bennett, 21 yards.
Yes.
The longest play probably technically for them was the muff punt they picked up.
Yeah, that was 22 yards.
That was 22 yards.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they are able to change the momentum a little bit. They'll get the football to open this third quarter as these two teams prepare to get ready for this third quarter of play. I was thinking about this, coaches. We got a minute here before we get started. Let me ask you a philosophical question. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
We're going deep right now. I have always thought that you should never boo a high school player or a college player. I thought pro players were kind of open season, open game, right? But after watching the Florida State game and their loss to Boston College and hearing the crowd reaction and hearing the boos that were directed, it made me begin to wonder, now that many of the players are receiving NIL money and being paid to play, is it fair game for fans to boo them?
It is, and here's why, Joe. Those fans, boosters, are also donors to that NIL fund. And as you know, you can't tell people how to spend their money, but when they invest in something, they expect a return. The ROI has not been very good. An article came out last night. Florida State has spent $12 million on this roster in 2024. $2 million of it has gone to the D-line. They lost so many good players from a year ago. Those guys are in the NFL. $2 million of the $12 million. And now we're seeing payrolls in college. It's the trickle-down effect from the NFL. If I was in college football today, I would try to get an NFL capologist to come and run my college
absolutely.
team.
Oh, it's crazy.
And tell us what the pitfalls are. Help us.
Kickoff to open this third quarter, and that's going to go out of the end zone, so Hillsboro will start first down with their football, trying to get something going. That was just on my mind when I saw it and I thought of it. And the other thought that crossed my mind was not all those guys are making that money. You know, some of the guys are got a deal with a hamburger place somewhere.
Well, the D-line's getting $2 million, and the quarterback's getting $1 million.
Yeah.
So $3 million of the 12 is tied up in 5 guys. And those fans that have invested, they want a return on that investment.
They haven't gotten it yet.
Who expected Florida State to be 0-2?
Nobody, that's for sure.
How about Bill O'Brien? The job he did?
How he's doing terrific.
Yeah, this is
first down for the Burros from their 20-yard line. Handoff up the middle, Hightower. He's going to get to maybe the 21 or so. And tell you what, that's a stout defensive line, coach. They're not that big. You look at Harvey at 190 and Hayes at 215, Albright 220, Waller at 240 across that front for the Redhawks, but they've done a nice job tonight.
What they're doing, Joe, is they're using their hands really well to not allow the offensive lineman to get in their body, and they're flattening them out, not allowing a running lane in there for Hillsboro.
Bennett this time lined up, looking for the pass, coming to the sideline, incomplete. Had a man cutting toward the sideline at about the 32 or 33-yard line, and he was looking over there for number 3. That was Cartnell, who could not come up with it, and it brings up a third down and 8. At that time, they did roll Hodges out.
They did. But now with 3rd and long and Stwearts Creek, with what they did in the first half, they were bringing 2 edge rushers unblocked to get in Hodges' face. Let's see if Stwearts Creek continues with the pressure off the edge, trying to get to Trey Hodges.
Burrows 1 for 6 on 3rd down tonight. This is a 3rd and 8. They're in another 3rd and long situation. 2 wide right, shotgun formation, 1 wide to the left. Ball on the left hash, looking, coming near side, pass caught. Across the 30 or right at the 30-yard line. It will depend on the spot. If he got the line, he'll have the first down. As they started from the 20, and let's see, the nose of the football.
First down.
They're still scanning it.
They moved the chains.
Yeah, they finally, they have to move first down because they moved the chains already. If the nose of the football was touching the line, it was a first down because it started from the 20-yard line.
Zion Puckett, number 1, went to catch that time and doing a good job with extra effort to get that first down for the Burros.
Shotgun formation, first down. They'll send the man in motion. They'll hand off to the tailback, bounces it to the right, to the 30, to the 35, and stop. That's Hightower at the 37 before he's stopped by a bevy of players led by that middle linebacker, Keelan Harris. But a nice gain for the Burros on first down, a gain of 7.
Counter play. They pull the left guard, Jaden York, and the left tackle, Braxton Carpenter, left to right. The right side seals it in to the inside. The guard kicks out, and the running back does a nice job gaining 7.
How much of this, coach, is you tell the guys going in, we can't get it all back at once.
Right.
Just be patient. Take it one drive at a time.
Let's score points on this first drive. It's one drive at a time, one play at a time.
2 wide left, 1 right on 2nd and 3. They'll give tailback this time, boy, nothing. He was stoned for a loss. That was number 69. That was Julian Albright, the nose tackle, getting in there, and he stuffed it for a loss back to the 34.
Again, Hillsboro pulls a lineman, and Albright reads it and just gets upfield. When the guard vacates the pull, it creates a big space, and Albright is so quick. Getting upfield creates a lost yardage play.
So the loss back to the 34 brings up a 3rd down and 6. Burrows 2 of 7 on 3rd down tonight. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Burrows moving left to right as you listen. Bennett sets up in the slot left. Hodges to throw, has time, throws and intercepted. It's picked off, and it's going to be a touchdown for Stwearts Creek. It's taken into the end zone, untouched for the score, for the touchdown. And that is number 18. That is a return of 27 yards, and that's Taj Roseburg with his 3rd interception of the season.
Roseburg read that all the way. Hillsboro is taking a man and putting him out in the flat to the left. Number 18 read it and just stepped in front of that pass and took it to the house. Excellent read and react that time by Tajberg.
Boy, that's got to be one of those, the minute the ball comes out of Hodges' hands, he's got to go, uh-oh.
Yep.
I mean, you could see him coming.
But you could see 18 creeping down, and all of a sudden the burst to go take that ball and then house it.
3 interceptions so far on this season. The extra point is up, and this one is good. And so the quick strike and another big boost of momentum for Stwearts Creek after the extra point by Wharf. The interception returned for the score by Roseburg, and the new score, Stwearts Creek 28, Hillsboro nothing on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative health care services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Let's go! Oh, I like it! It's up to you now! It's up to you! I like it!
You're listening to WNSR's MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
27-yard interception return for a touchdown by Taj Roseburg has given Stwearts Creek a 28-0 advantage over Hillsboro here. In the early moments of this third quarter, 9:12 left to play in quarter number 3. And this kickoff is sent deep once again. That's going to go into the end zone. He fielded it a yard into play, but his momentum carried him back into the end zone. And once it goes across the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. So the Burros will start from their 20-yard line. So how do you bounce back from that one, Coach?
Well, you have to keep grinding now. But that was a halftime adjustment by the Stwearts Creek coaches, because Hillsboro has shown back in the flat, receiver in the flat, receiver in the flat. And I'm sure, especially on 3rd down, they told Roseburg, look, key the man coming to the flat and then jump it. And you could see him creeping down the whole time. He read that thing perfectly.
So the Burros will start first down from their 20-yard line. Got a little conversation among the officials here before we – let's see. Now they're going to walk over toward the – might be another equipment issue. Yeah, it looks like there's the penalty flag. That's going to be an equipment violation. Number 14 coming out of the game.
It's the second one.
Yep.
On St. Cyr.
Canal St. Soir.
Soir, excuse me.
Well, whatever. S-O-I-R, I believe, is the spelling of the last.
Number 11, Davis.
They had one warning earlier. They had a player that had to be replaced. Coach, they came over and warned him and said any other violations are going to be a penalty.
And Joe was the same guy.
I'm guessing there won't be a third one.
No. That's a big penalty right
that's
there.
A 15-yard penalty. Walks it out to the 35.
In the words of the Hall of Fame coach Lou Holtz, hey, nobody's worth giving up 15 yards on this team. He'll be standing next to me.
I bet you heard a lot of those.
And he enforced that.
I bet you heard a lot you can't repeat on the air, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, this is a family show.
Yes, it is.
Sir.
Yeah, we're not going there.
No.
For those who don't know, you played for him.
Yes, at NC State.
Yep, and then
spent 14 years with him as a coach.
Coached with him with Arkansas, Minnesota, and Notre Dame.
Yes, sir.
Got a ring out of it.
I did. Yeah, 1988, we won the national championship. Aaron and I were just talking about 30 for 30. Catholic versus Convicts was on this weekend.
What a great program that is.
Oh, my goodness.
So entertaining. Well done.
And to see those guys make all that money off those T-shirts.
Musburger got one for free.
He did.
That's what he said in the show he did.
When the fight broke out in the tunnel, Musburger jumped. They tell me Musburger jumped up in the booth and said, "Are we getting this? Are we getting this?"
I'm sure he did.
And there's no doubt. But you know what? We had 3 fights that year. Michigan game, no one saw it. Pre-game.
Right.
That was the first game of the year. Then Miami. Then the last game of the year, we play Southern Cal out in the Coliseum. And you know that stadium was built for pro teams.
Right.
Both teams are growing up. They have Traveler, the big horse, in there. There is a fight in the tunnel between our guys and the Southern Cal guys, and Traveler's right in the middle of it. And it's, oh yeah.
Those were the days.
I'm telling you.
Well, discussions are continuing. I think we're finally ready to go.
All right.
First down for the Burros from their own 35-yard line after the 15-yard penalty for an equipment violation on Stwearts Creek. Pistol formation. Hodges slings it left side, caught at the 40, hit it breaking a tackle to the 43-yard line. Nice gain on first down on the reception, and that is Bradford. Javarian Bradford with the catch and lowered his shoulder, got some yardage, and a nice 8-yard gain on first down.
One of the best executed plays for Hillsboro tonight. Excellent timing by Trey Hodges, puts the ball on the numbers, and then the receiver does a nice job of gaining extra yards after contact.
Davis made the tackle for the Redhawks. 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right. They're going to motion Bennett over to the right side of the formation. Handoff tailback up the gut. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Hamer gave it a try and had nowhere to go. He ran into that defensive front. Last one being helped up there was Hayes, the Bear, in the middle of that defensive line. That brings up 3rd and 2.
The other guy's doing a nice job for Stwearts Creek is Marcel Gordon. The 2 inside linebackers, Harris and Gordon, are doing a really good job of seeing the football, getting downhill, and making contact right at the line of scrimmage.
Burrows 2 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. This is the shortest 3rd down opportunity they've had tonight. 3rd down and 2. Play action, Hodges rolling, giving a lot of ground. Now he's going to tuck it, look downfield, get out of bounds. He's going to lose yardage and bring up a 4th down. He goes out of bounds at the 41. Wanted to throw, but give Stwearts Creek credit. Nobody open.
And then the pursuit by Gordon, the linebacker, and Azoldian, the free safety. He was flying downhill to force the quarterback out of bounds.
What's a tough one here? You're down four scores.
Yeah.
But you're at your own 41-yard line, and so they're going to opt to punt this ball away with 7:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Jeremy Smith back deep to receive the punt, standing at the 25. Low snap, punt is away, high, it's short. It's going to bounce at the 37. It's going to take a bounce for Stwearts Creek, come back to the 41-yard line. So that's where The Redhawks will start with good field position at the 41-yard line. Short punt, but he got it away.
Again, slow snap. And that was a poor snap from the long snapper back to the punter.
22 yards, the distance on the punt. And a chance really here, Coach, for the Redhawks to maybe put a nail in this. Still a lot of time to go in the third quarter, but Hillsboro's offense just has not been able to get anything going so far tonight. Need a big play, need some kind of momentum-changing play, and really need the defense to do something to stir it up.
Be a great time for a turnover.
Little jet sweep handoff, running left to the 40, outside of the 45, still on his feet to about the 47-yard line, 48. That is Jeremy Smith with the carry. He'll get 7 yards on first down. I think
this combination of Smith and Floyd.
Oh, yes.
Holy mackerel.
And it's so interesting that this is an intricate offense. They line them up all over the place in all these different spots. 2nd down and 7.
You know, if you're on defense, this is like that book, Where's Waldo?
Yeah, really.
You're trying to find where's Floyd.
Where's Floyd?
Yeah, where's Smith?
They fake the handoff. They give to Floyd inside across midfield to the 45-yard line. That'll be enough. They're going to mark him down at the 46 of the Burros. That's enough for a first down. Boy, that's some nifty ball handling in there too, Coach, because it's close quarter side.
They brought the slot receiver in motion right to left, and Jaden York, the defensive lineman for Hillsboro, came free, and he grabbed them, but he grabbed the wrong guy. So that all of this motion and pre-snap movement is really confusing this defense.
Pistol formation, 2 wide right, 1 left. Little step back by Taylor to have a conversation with Floyd. Taylor looking to throw. He's going to throw it long. He has a man behind the defense just a little bit too far out of his reach. And incomplete. Looking for Mangrum, who had a step on the defense, but it was just overthrown. Is that a check by the quarterback at the line of scrimmage that he goes on his own on that?
No, I think that's called just to see if they can take a deep shot and hit an explosive play. But I will say this, Hillsboro was getting pressure off the edge that time, and I don't think Taylor had a chance to really step into the throw. He almost short-armed that thing.
Taylor 9 of 13 passing for 115 yards. 2nd down and 10. They'll go from the pistol. Trips bunch to the left side. They're going to set up a receiver screen to Smith to the 40, still on his feet down the sideline, and he's going to score. He broke through the tackle, and he'll take it to the house for a Stwearts Creek touchdown. 2nd time tonight he has broken a tackle on this near sideline and taken it the distance, this time 45 yards.
Ball's on the left hash, 3 receivers into the boundary to the short side of the field. It's just wide receiver hitch. The other 2 guys go block, but Smith is explosive.
Yes, he is.
Wow, he's got another gear.
And he breaks that first tackle. He gets through the first contact. He's done it twice tonight. Boy, you mentioned it, Coach. This is quite a tandem, Floyd and Smith.
You know, Smith, I thought he might have stepped out because his footwork, his balance and agility, impressive.
Extra point by Warp is up, and it's good. And it's all Redhawks tonight. 6:05 left in the third. It is 35-0 Stwearts Creek on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey Nashville, it's John Burton from JB and the General, weekday mornings 9 to 11. You're listening to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher.
35-0 Stwearts Creek over Hillsboro. 6:05 left to go third quarter, and once the lead gets above 30 In Tennessee high school football, it goes to a continuously running clock. Now, if Hillsboro is able to score and get it back down under 30, then it will go back to the normal clock operation. But, boy, just explosive plays tonight. We talked about it in the open, Coach, that the Stwearts Creek team has shown the ability to move the football and score points. They spread it around, and they've got some talent on that offensive side.
I will say this. Smith had some help from the two other outside receivers.
Yeah.
They did a great job of blocking downfield for him.
This kickoff will be fielded by the Burros at the 7. That's Bradford to the 30. He's got a little room. 40, 45, and out of bounds near midfield. Nice return.
Yes.
That's one of the better plays of the night for the Burros. That was Javarian Bradford with a 38-yard return.
Burrows impressed that they keep competing.
Yep.
This is impressive. To come back, he almost broke that.
Spotted right in field. You got to remember, this is not a region game.
Nope.
All the games are important, certainly, but the region games are the ones that decide whether you're going to play in postseason or not.
And with Ham being out as well, Hoot
certainly.
was one of the better players. They want to get him ready for region play.
Hand off to the tailback running left. He's snowed under and thrown for no gain on the play on that carry, and that was the first carry for senior Michael Grant tonight at the tailback spot. And he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was about all.
Hillsboro continues to try to run on the left side of that line, and the linebacker for Stwearts Creek and the safety are doing an excellent job of reading it and getting downhill, and that's a lost yardage play right there.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be a penalty. It's going to be another one of those pre-snap penalties. It's going to be illegal motion or illegal procedure on the Burros.
I believe that's their third one tonight.
I believe so.
Last week they had 8. So,
Coach Brown said ideally their offense is built to run a 60-40 run-pass ratio. Well, that's not when you're trailing by 35, so that kind of all goes out the window. 2nd and 15. Looked like an early jump on this side from the receivers. Pass is incomplete. It was dropped. It was intended out there for Sorrell Burton, but he could not hang on. And it's 3rd and 15.
2 receivers to the wide field. Ball's on the left hash. They have a slot set. 2 receivers to the wide field. Burton's the outside receiver. Drives up 7 yards. Turns. Ball's right in his hands.
Yep.
But again, he looks upfield before he looks the ball in. Excellent throw by Hodges.
I think that's the second drop tonight. Hodges, and he put both of them right on the money.
Yes.
3rd and 15. Burros have struggled in 3rd down tonight. They're 2 for 9. And they've been in long yardage most of the night. 2 wide right, shotgun formation. They're just going to hand it off. Grant's going to try the left side, and there's nothing there. And he is just thrown backwards to the 43-yard line. Got to be a little careful with that.
Yeah, you don't want to get a personal foul penalty if you're Stwearts Creek. I understand you're excited and things, but that body slam, that draws a 15-yard personal foul penalty. So, but again, the interior of that Stwearts Creek defensive line, they've created a whole new line of scrimmage tonight. They've done a great job.
Durbin to punt it away. Oh, this is a good one. Downfield, going to bounce at the 15. It's going to continue down near the 10. It's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. That's by far his best effort of the night for Caleb Durnan, the sophomore. And that's a 44-yard punt. I guess technically Bear Manny had a 47-yard, didn't he? He had one that just flew all the way and rolled into the end zone. So he's certainly helped his average tonight in that regard.
But Joe, right there, that was the best long snap of the night. He finally caught the ball waist high and was able to get a rhythm and get into the kick.
How difficult at the high school level is it to find a quality long snapper?
Hard. It is really hard. That's why you cross-train guys. We always made sure that the guards and the centers and even some tight ends could long snap, because in college when you go on the road, you're limited to your travel party, especially in conference games. So if somebody goes down, you have to have someone else that can long snap. So we cross-train guys all the time.
And there are guys, and I've known
and
a couple.
in high school, this is really difficult.
Yeah. First down for Stwearts Creek. They're going to mark it down and start from their own 11-yard line. New quarterback in the contest. We'll tell you about that after this play. Handoff, tailback running to the left. That's McQueen. That's his first carry of the night. He is stopped at the 12-yard line. and that is Kingston McQueen. The new quarterback is the senior Jacob Jones, 6 foot 170, and he makes the appearance here as you would think Jerry Taylor's night is done. And with a 35-0 lead and 1:35 left in the third quarter, certainly makes sense. We would probably see you begin to go down the depth chart a little bit here if you are actually both teams, really. Jones on 2nd down and 9, looking to throw, looked right, now comes left, finds the catch made at the 18-yard line and stepping out of bounds, and that was Kai Mangrum with, I believe, his first reception of the night, actually his second catch of the night. Mangrum, the senior, 6'2", 160. This is where it's tough, Coach, and we're still in the third quarter, but you bring in backups. You don't want to just tell them to go in and hand off the football. You want them to execute and play the offense.
The only team you control is your own. These guys practice hard all week. They deserve to play. So you can't help if the other team can't stop you. You have to go in and do what you've been coached to do.
3rd and 3. Jones in the gun. Low snap. Handoff. Finding room across the 20 to the 23. And enough for the first down on the carry. And that is number 6, Daniel Johnson, the junior, 5'10", 170 with his first carry of the night.
Eric Thompson, the defensive end again for Hillsboro, gets upfield, follows the pulling guard, but he misses the tackle because he grabs the wrong guy. Yeah, it's hard to play defense if you can't find the ball.
Absolutely.
You have to see the football.
Just tackle everybody. Clock is going to expire on this third quarter, and it's all Redhawks here tonight from Stwearts Creek. It's Stwearts Creek 35, Hillsboro nothing as we go to the fourth on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
We head to the fourth, Stwearts Creek High School. It's all Redhawks, 35-0. Thanks again to our sponsors, Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers for their support of the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. First down for Stwearts Creek. Inside give, trying to get outside and turn the corner to the 25 and upended after the hit to the 29-yard line. I see a helmet comes off there. That was Daniel Johnson with the carry. Sorrell Burton made the tackle for the Burros, but a gain of about, let's give him 6 yards on the play.
It looks like Stwearts Creek, like you said earlier, Joe, is going to their whole second team on offense now, which they need playing time as well.
This is not, I mean, they've got a few seniors on this team, but there are a lot of juniors and sophomores on this squad as well, so they've got some room to grow.
Yes.
And now a whistle. Tony Lee, our referee, and I believe he wants to see a Hillsboro player now. I believe we may have another equipment issue, this time involving a Hillsboro player. That's going to be Taylon Banks, who's going to be escorted to the sideline.
Michael Grant comes in, number 6, to replace him.
Now that's the first one on Hillsboro, so that's not a penalty, just the warning. Again, that's a real point of emphasis this year, the knee pads especially.
Yes.
And whether the mouthpiece is in or not. but there's some bookkeeping that has to go along with it at this, and this is Tony Lee standing over on the sideline making the notes. Neon night here at Stwearts Creek, so you see a lot of the cheer squad, a lot of the students in the stands wearing the neon vests like they're going to be out directing traffic.
I think I need one to get to my car.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, light up the way to the parking lot.
Good to wear if you're out walking in the morning or in the evening. 2nd and 4 from the 29. Rolling right, Jacob Jones. Now he's going to run, tuck it and go, and now take a slide at the 40-yard line. Nice, smart decision. A really quick decision, Coach, to tuck it and run, and he'll get the first down.
Well, Hillsboro came with a corner fire from the short side that time. Ball's on the left hash, the right corner for Hillsboro. Burton came flying off the edge, and the quarterback did a nice job turning upfield. How about that slide?
That was nice.
That was excellent. Hillsboro trying to come up with the big play with the corner fire there.
We're in a continuous clock running situation with a 35-point lead. So 10:15 left to play. Clock is running. First down from the 39. Handoff, tailback, McQueen. He's going to push it for a yard. That's about all to the 40.
Good job by the inside linebacker for Hillsboro that time. When the guard pulled, he fills the gap right there and holds that to a 1-yard gain. Nice read and react.
You know, this was a Hillsboro defense. They forced 5 fumbles last week against Overton. Had 6 sacks. I mean, they did a lot of good things.
Yes. This football team's going to get better.
Yep.
And Coach Brown, I know he's fighting some injuries, but this is a good football team.
Jones rolling to the sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds for a loss back to the 35. He wanted to throw, but really good pursuit there for Hillsboro, and that was Josiah Stewart leading the way. Strong side linebacker getting over there and rushing him and forcing him out of bounds, taking the loss.
Good pressure off the edge that time from the defensive end. Number 53, Eric Thompson, getting upfield.
We called his name several times tonight, and he's only a sophomore.
Right.
Taylor's night for Stewarts Creek, 10 of 14 passing, 160 yards. I think 2 touchdowns. I know at least one. I believe it's 2. 2 touchdowns on the night. Third and 12, and now I believe timeout taken by the Red Hawks.
Yeah, Coach Caudill saw something he didn't like in the formation there. I believe if the play would have been run, there would have been a penalty, illegal formation.
Yep, probably so. We'll take the timeout as well. 8:48 to play. 35-0 Stewarts Creek on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Champions Run Golf Course in Rockville and Rutherford County stylistically showcases the natural beauty of Middle Tennessee while emphasizing the distinctive mark of its architect, C. Stewart Moore. The 6,900-yard par 72 championship course has numerous bunkers and water hazards, and every hole unique in its own way. Champions Run provides the perfect measure of comfort and challenge for your individual game. They also have an additional par 3, which they refer to as the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Visit championsrun.golf for tee times and more information.
Hey Nashville, Bill King with the Bill King Show. Weekday morning 6 to 9. You're listening to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Jones was going for the home run ball. He threw it long down the far sideline, but it was well defended by the Burros, and I believe that was Talon Banks who was stride for stride with the Red Hawks receiver and broke it up.
Jacob Jones, right-handed quarterback, sprinting left, did a great job of getting his shoulders turned upfield and put that ball right on the money, but it was a better defensive play by Hillsboro.
Bradford back to receive the punt, standing at the 30. R.C. Davis will do the punting chores for the Red Hawks, standing back inside his own 25. Second punt of the night. Gets it away. End over end. Fair catch requested at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Burros will start. First down and 10. Again, the clock continues to run. Continuous clock with a 35-point lead. 7:45 left to play. A punt of 36 yards. You know, this Hillsboro program Coach, you look back, they've been around a long time. I grew up here.
Yes.
You know, I went to metro school.
Yep.
So I'm very familiar with Hillsboro. They really didn't have much success at all in football until about 1989. That's when they made their first playoff appearance. Since then, 24 total playoff appearances, including 2 state championships, one in 2003 when they beat Morristown West 21-0, and one in 2008 when they beat Maryville by a score of 10-7. Handoff on first down, nice run and a carry out to the 35, and that'll be a gain of 8 for Hightower. Not only 2 state championships, 4 state runner-up appearances. At one point they made 11 straight state playoff appearances. They ran off another run of 8 in a row. It's a program that in the last 20 years has had a lot of success. Second down. Handoff trying to bounce it outside to Hightower, and they said nothing doing. He is thrown down for a loss by number 82, and that is Braden Brown, a sophomore, who makes the tackle for a loss back to the 34. Well, Hillsboro's just not been able to run the football tonight.
Oh, first down was probably their best first down run all night. And Jaden York, the left guard, pulled, kicked out the end, and created a running lane there. But on that one there, good pursuit by the Stwearts Creek defense.
Hodges trots in from the sideline. He's back in the shotgun formation on 3rd down and 3. Hodges fires far side, has a man, caught Bradford across the 40. It'll be a first down. He's dragged down at the 45-yard line. And that's kind of been the motive, the method all night, Coach. It's been a lot of stuff to the flat, a lot of stuff to the sideline, not much downfield.
No, they're clearing out with the outside receiver, and the inside receiver's running a speed out there. Hodges trying to get him the ball on the run. He got it done that time. First down, Hillsboro.
This is one of those drives to try to improve your pride a little bit and see if you could get some points on the board. First down from the 45. Hodges comes near side, has a man, that's Bradford. He'll make the catch, he'll push it upfield. Nice acceleration. Close to a first down. He's going to be a yard shy, marked down at the 46 of the Redhawks. That'll be a gain of 9.
Again, Hillsboro in twins formation. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. The outside receiver on the left runs a go route. The inside receiver quick out. Hodges hits him in stride. Nice throwing catch.
You know, the big hurdle, and Coach Caudill mentioned it to us going to the locker room. They had not done well in the third quarter.
Right.
They had struggled, gave up 28 points this season in the third quarter. Well, they got over that hurdle at least tonight by not giving up anything. Hodges drifting, giving room, being chased, running left, fires, has a man. Bradford to the 35, to the 32, and a first down. And that was all Hodges, eluding the rush and buying time.
Ball's on the left hash. He's looking to the wide field to the right to throw. Stwearts Creek again, 2 off the edge, forces him to retreat. The great thing about Hodges all night as he scrambled, he's kept his eyes up and downfield and has found open receivers.
Turned into a 14-yard gain on the play on what could have been a big loss. First down to the 31, clock running, 4:05 left to play. Bradford 3 catches, 33 yards.
And Trey Hodges is only a junior. Impressive.
Has a lot of poise.
Yes.
Hightower tries to bounce it outside. Now he'll cut it back in, get what he can inside the 30 to the 29. Gain of a couple on the play.
Again, this second defense for Stwearts Creek, again, a very good job using their hands, flattening out the offensive lineman for Hillsboro, and allowing those linebackers to run free, get downhill, and hold that to a 2-yard gain.
Michael Colquitt, the junior backup defensive lineman, made the tackle there. Gain of 2, second down and 8. 3:25 left to play.
Joe, these linemen, I mean, first team, second team, they do an excellent job extending their hands and shedding blockers.
From the pistol, Hodges sends it out in the flat. Tailback, Hightower. Inside the 20-yard line, still in his feet to about the 18, and that'll be a first down.
Stwearts Creek has no one covering the running back on the swing because they're bringing 2 guys. And most of the times, you teach the widest guy to peel. So if the running back comes his way, he should turn and run. Not in this case. He's coming right to the quarterback. And again, Hodges delivers an accurate pass.
Gain of 12 on the play. Hodges now over 100 yards on the night, 12 of 20 for 115 yards. And the Burros would dearly love to get that goose egg off the board. They've got 2.5 minutes left to do it, and they're in the red zone. Hodges chased, rolling left, looking, still looking, now running for his life. Still on his feet, gets out of bounds. He got 5 yards out of nothing. Got out of bounds at the 13.
There's making a play when nothing's there.
Boy.
Now. He avoided another possible sack, lost yardage play. This guy's got great awareness. And what a burst to escape the rush.
And I think he's going to let's see if he's coming out of the game. I see the backup quarterback. No, he's going to stay in. I thought he went about halfway to the sideline, and he comes back in. He's got to be a little bit gassed right now, but he's going to stay in.
I think he was going over there maybe to get
the play.
call.
I guess so, yeah. In the gun, takes the snap. Pumps, eases right. Now he's going to send it toward the end zone. Pass is caught.
Touchdown.
There's a penalty flag down. It is a touchdown for the Burros, but there's a penalty flag down, and it's going to be negated by a holding penalty.
Wow. You know, the longer Hodges kept looking, he was sliding right, made a nice throw to the receiver coming across left to right.
Burton made the catch on the move and got it into the end zone, but it's all going to be for naught.
You know, it's still early in the year. This offensive line will gel. They'll come together.
Well, they're missing one of their big elements.
Yes.
They're missing one of their better players in Ham, so.
Yep. But you have to be impressed with Hodges just in making plays when nothing's there.
Handoff, Hamer tries the left side this time. He's hit hard at the 20, pushes it to about the 18-yard line. Stays in bounds. Tackle made by number 49. That was Gabriel Gomar. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Excellent pursuit by the safety in the corner for Stwearts Creek on the right side of their defense there.
Just under a minute left to play. Stwearts Creek is going to get a nice bounce here and improve to 2-1 on the season. Hillsboro's first trip out of Davidson County this season will result in the loss. They'll drop to 1-2. Burton from the gun, 2 receivers right. They set up a screen to the right side to Burton. It's blown up. Tackle finally going to be made if he ever will go down. He's still on his feet, but the whistle finally blew. Boy, Burton would never go down, but that screen never had a chance, and it's going to be stopped for a loss all the way back to the 27.
The outside receiver missed the corner. The corner saw the ball. It was such a long throw to the wide field. The corner read it all the way, and the receiver just whiffed on the block.
I don't think Hillsboro's going to snap the ball again. They don't have to, and these two teams are about to meet at midfield as this game counts down to the end. Final score, Stwearts Creek 35, Hillsboro nothing. Redhawks improved to 2-1 on the season as they get themselves ready for region play in Class 6A and Region 5. Hillsboro likewise trying to get ready for region play. They are 1-2 in Class 5A, Region 6. Stay with us. The postgame show is next on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Lifetime Murfreesboro resident and businessman Taylor Wright at his T. Wright Properties and Century 21 Wright Realty are proud to be sponsor of all the high school football coverage tonight on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio. For rental property and property management, it's T. Wright Property. For buying and selling real estate, it's Century 21 Wright Realty. Nobody does it better in Rutherford County. Visit TWrightProperties.com to learn more. Thanks to everybody who supports high school athletics. Enjoy this night of high school football in the borough, brought to you in part by hometown hero Taylor Wright.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in Hollywood as the Las Vegas Raiders come to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Raiders have Davante Adams running routes and posting 6.
20, 10, he's gone! Touchdown, Raiders!
The Chargers have an electric defense with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. It's the Raiders at the Chargers this Sunday on Sports USA.
Pre-game coverage begins at 2:30, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
Touchdown! Oh, I like it! It's up to you now! It's up to you! I like it!
You're listening to WNSR's MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
Taj Roseberg doing his Peyton Manning impression down here, directing the band for Stwearts Creek. They got a lot to celebrate tonight. 35-0 win over Hillsboro. Impressive performance, really a dominant performance from start to finish, Coach. They took control of the game early, never really let Hillsboro get their heads up, never really let them get anything going offensively, and were in control all the way.
Stwearts Creek was just a more physical team tonight on both sides, offense, defense, and their offensive line controlled the tempo, especially with the power run game. And the defensive line, I mean, they didn't allow Hillsboro to gain very much because they were just so dominant up front, allowing the linebackers to get downhill. So Stwearts Creek, nice bounce back from the Blackman game a week ago.
Total offense, Stwearts Creek, 170 on the ground, 167 through the air, so 337 of total offense, 16 first downs. 5 penalties tonight against the Redhawks for 61 yards. 1 interception tonight for a 27-yard return for a touchdown. They were 4 of 6 on third down conversions on the night. Weren't in third down that much because of the success of the early downs in their possessions. Hillsboro held to just 37 yards rushing tonight against this very good Stwearts Creek defense. 108 yards passing, so total offense of 145. First down, 7 of them tonight, and 5 penalties for 35 yards. Third downs, they were the opposite. They were in long yardage situations all night long, and as a result went only 3 for 12. Individually, for the Redhawks, Taylor tonight 10 of 14 passing for 160 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Rushing wise, Caleb Floyd did most of his day. In fact, I think he did all of it in the first half. 11 carries, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Smith 8 carries for 49 yards for the Redhawks, 59 yards rather, to help in that effort. Also, backup quarterback Jacob Jones came in. He was 1 for 2 passing for 7 yards. Leading receiver ended up being Smith. 6 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Caleb Floyd 3 catches for 74 and a score. Leading rusher for Hillsboro was Hightower, 10 carries for 23 yards. Leading receiver was Bradford, got his in the second half, 3 catches for 33 yards. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll hopefully have a visit with our player of the game. Might even catch up with the coach as well after this Stwearts Creek 35-0 win over Hillsboro on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Touchdown, TSU!
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to join Nick Guerrero and me this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock pregame, kickoff 2:30. Tennessee State at second-ranked North Dakota State, the FCS Power. Tigers are coming off a big win over Mississippi Valley State in the 25th John Merritt Classic and look to build on that by heading to the Fargo Dome this coming Saturday. Once again, pregame, 2 o'clock. Kickoff right here on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative healthcare services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Hey, Nashville. Catch Brad Powers each Friday morning at 8 on The Bill King Show. Now back to the MidState Checkdown High School football game of the week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Stwearts Creek rolls tonight over Hillsboro by a score of 35-0. And joining us as our player of the game tonight, and really got it done, most of it, all of it in the first half. It really set the tone for this game. Senior Caleb Floyd. Floyd tonight, his final numbers on rushing: 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Caleb, just tell us the mindset coming in, because I know last week was a disappointment. You kind of felt that one got away, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We had a bitter taste in our tongue after going to Blackman and losing, and we feel like we had something to show against Hillsboro at home today.
Caleb, you move around a bunch. I mean, you're at the fullback, you're in the slot. How do you enjoy all those positions? Because it looks like you can get the ball from anywhere you're lined up.
Oh, I love it. Coach Cardell has allowed me to be able to show how much of an athlete I am, and I take advantage of it every second I get.
Your running style is impressive in that you accelerate your feet on contact. Where'd you learn how to do that?
My freshman year, I had a coach called Coach Reynolds. He would always say, "Don't get hit, but do the hitting," and I live by that.
You certainly do.
What's the goal for this team?
Our goal is to hopefully win a state championship.
That's the answer I was expecting.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
That's Caleb Floyd. He's our player of the game. Tremendous performance, not only as a rusher or as a rushing the football, but receiving the football, and very explosive. And I believe Coach is going to wait and catch us here in just a second once we turn the headset over to him as they're moving it down there. There, he's going to make his way there. Getting the headset on. And Coach Calder, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you expect it to be like this?
I tell you, for the second year in a row, Hillsboro's made it really tough. They got a lot of really good athletes. Coach Brown's a great coach. Coach Fitzgerald handpicked him to replace him at Hillsboro. And so, we got a lot of respect for Hillsboro, and a few things didn't go our way in the first half, but really, really, really proud of our defense for being able to hold on to the goose egg here in the second half.
Coach, you said that the third quarter was something you had to improve on, and obviously the interception return for the touchdown, just the way your defense reacted, the read it, back in the flat, guys creeping down, and then he undercuts it and goes to the house. I mean, that had to be tremendous for your sideline.
Oh, that was huge. For the third week in a row, Taj Roseburg, he's been our point guard in basketball and came to me in the spring and said he wanted to play football. And so for the third week in a row, he's had an interception. And last week he had a fumble recovery against Blackman. So he's got a nose for the ball, and that really, really kind of sustained our momentum like we were talking about before halftime.
It sure looks to me like, Coach, these guys really enjoy this scheme. It just looks like they like you plug them in all these different places and do all these different things. They really seem to enjoy playing it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of how our guys have embraced a little bit new offensive structure this year. I've been on defense the last 2 years, and coming back over to offense, I've really, been preaching a message that I feel like we need to improve on, up front offensively, and being able to move the ball as the weather gets cooler. You guys know, being football fans and calling games for a while, Joe, that you got to be able to run it. Yep. When the weather's bad and it gets cool, and so that's something we've been emphasizing for a while now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, between the law firm of Smith, Floyd, and Taylor, you have some impressive guys right there, and really looking forward to seeing your team go on from here and progress through the season.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We feel like we've got to have multiple ball carriers. That's something that's really important in 6A football, especially in the region and the league that we play in with the schedule we have. And so proud of what those guys were able to do tonight. And I tell you, they'd be the first to say, the guys up front, Coach Haston, our O-line coach, played at Tennessee, been a head coach, and he's doing a great job with those guys. And I tell you, when you got some guys like that can carry it, you really enjoy blocking for them, And so I'm really proud of those guys up front as well.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Great job tonight. We appreciate all the hospitality here in Stwearts Creek.
Man, I appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you so much for everything y'all do for high school football as well.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
35-0 the final tonight, Stwearts Creek over Hillsboro, and now they get set for the next level, which is region play.
Yeah, it's going to be big, but what a way to put together your offense, defense. It was flawless in the first half.
Sure was.
And, the only team, we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the only team you can control is your own. You can't worry about the opponent, and you have to go out there and execute what the coach has called. But, my goodness, the weapons that this team has on offense. But the other thing that impressed me, Joe, the speed on defense. Their linebackers run very well. They get pressure off the edge, but their defensive line controlling the line of scrimmage tonight was huge.
So a really good night for Stwearts Creek. We're glad you were with us for it. My thanks to the coach, Pete Cordelli.
Hey, great to be back with you, buddy.
Great to have you back, my friend. The Bear Man, Todd Berry, was here handling all the stats for us. Of course, Adam Johnson, our on-site producer engineer, with another tremendous job. Will Brown back in the studio. He's not done. He's going to come back with scores and highlights. We're going to keep him going on as well. Hal back on the booth as well. Thanks for all of his work. And certainly thanks to both schools, Stwearts Creek and Hillsboro. Tremendous hospitality and cooperation throughout the week to help us prepare for these games. They were both terrific. So thanks to both coaches, Coach Caudle and Coach Brown, for all of their help through the course of this week. I'm Joe Fisher. Thanks for joining us on the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Champions Run Golf Course in Rockville in Rutherford County stylistically showcases the natural beauty of Middle Tennessee while emphasizing the distinctive mark of its architect, C. Stewart Moore. The 6,900-yard par 72 championship course has numerous bunkers and water hazards, and every hole unique in its own way. Champions Run provides the perfect measure of comfort and challenge for your individual game. They also have an additional par 3, which they refer to as the 19th hole in the clubhouse. Visit championsrun.golf for tee times and more information. Lifetime Murfreesboro resident and businessman Taylor Wright at his T. Wright Properties and Century 21 Wright Realty are proud to be sponsor of all the high school football coverage tonight on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio. For rental property and property management, it's T. Wright Property. For buying and selling real estate, it's Century 21 Wright Realty. Nobody does it better in Rutherford County. Visit TWrightProperties.com to learn more. Thanks to everybody who supports high school athletics. Enjoy this night of high school football in the borough, brought to you in part by hometown hero Taylor Wright.
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
It's a final. Stwearts Creek 35, Hillsboro 0. Stwearts Creek with a big win, coming off of a loss. And you know what, Hal? I feel like Stwearts Creek kind of took the sour taste out of their mouth from last week, and unfortunately they put it into Hillsboro this week. Hillsboro, again, 2 weeks in a row, shooting themselves in the foot. Could have had a touchdown on the board late in the fourth quarter, but that touchdown pass was called back due to a holding penalty. And, you know, just in football and any sport in general, it's safe to say it just was not the Burrows' night.
No, unfortunately it wasn't. And that's a tough thing to see when, you know, they finally get a touchdown or they get on the board. They think they're going to get on the board, and then it gets, you know, nullified by a holding call, which is unfortunate. But, you know, that's kind of the way the game goes sometimes, is you just the team's head isn't in it. And then, I think that night was that night for them, or tonight was that night for them.
Yeah, and it is what it is. So both of these teams will move on into week 4. And how can you believe it feels like last week high school football was just getting started and we're almost 4 weeks in.
Oh, I know, man.
It's insane. So what we'll do, we'll go through some final stats of the game, get you a few scores, have a couple conversations here before we call it a night. Stwearts Creek dominant, 337 yards of total offense. I think what stands out to me is 16 first downs, 4 of 6 on third down.
That's pretty nice, man. That sounds pretty good.
Hillsboro only 37 yards rushing, a team that's a 60-40 pass run to pass ratio. Only 37 yards on the ground, 108 through the air for a total of 145. Third down was pretty tough for them. This is a team that pretty much averaged 3rd and 10 the entire night. They only went 3 of 12 on third down. Caleb Floyd, the senior running back / wide receiver / just about everything Stwearts Creek needs for him. 152 yards of total offense. Very balanced approach. 78 on the ground, 74 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 14 total touches, 11 carries, and 3 receptions.
That's a pretty even game, I would say. That's pretty all well-rounded.
And for Hillsboro, again, Hightower with 23 of the 37 yards rushing for Hillsboro. I think the biggest thing for me, 5 penalties. We had Hillsboro a holding penalty, and I want to say 4 pre-snap penalties.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it was 4.
Yeah, that is not winning football if you are the Borough. So Hillsboro will fall here tonight, and like I said, it's off to next week. This is one of those games, and you've experienced them playing high school football. I've definitely experienced them in my brief time playing high school football. This is one of those games you watch the film, you take the film, and you throw it away. Because at this point, you don't ever want to see a performance like that ever again. That's if you're Hillsboro. Now, if you're Stwearts Creek, you take it and you find out what few things went wrong, and you try to come into next week and right those wrongs. So for the Boroughs next week, they will go on to Cane Ridge, who right now is struggling against Antioch. Cane Ridge, a season not necessarily going their way, but hey, like I said, we got about 6 more weeks of high school football left, so anything can happen. For Stwearts Creek, it is off to Rockvale, and then they will on September 20th play Cane Ridge, and then September 27th, a pretty tough road contest against Antioch. So Stwearts Creek on the road for the next 3 weeks after a big home win versus the Borough. So here's what we'll do. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. And I think we have Mr. John Burton. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the TSU game tomorrow. They play the number 2 team in all of FCS football, North Dakota. And then we'll preview the Titans game versus the Bears this Sunday. This is the WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. Post-game wrap-up show. We'll be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in Hollywood as the Las Vegas Raiders come to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Raiders have Davante Adams running routes and posting 6.
20, 10, he's gone! Touchdown, Raiders!
The Chargers have an electric defense with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. It's the Raiders at the Chargers this Sunday on Sports USA.
Pre-game coverage begins at 2:30, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffet and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic. Treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
Touchdown, TSU.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to join Nick Guerrero and me this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock pregame, kickoff 2:30. Tennessee State at second-ranked North Dakota State, the FCS Power. Tigers are coming off a big win over Mississippi Valley State in the 25th John Merritt Classic and look to build on that by heading to the Fargo Dome this coming Saturday. Once again, pregame, 2 o'clock. Kickoff right here on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
We're back live. WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show. Final score, Stwearts Creek 35, Hillsboro 0. This is all brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Center. So, on the line, I have with me one half of the JB and General show, John Burton. Hey, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Ever since that turncoat Greg Pogue left us, Pat and I have been having a great time every morning, 9 to 11 on WNSR, and he can do his little show at 2 o'clock. Nobody cares. Nobody listens. Nobody So it's all good, man. It's great to talk with you.
You guys are evil. I love it. And you know what? I've been enjoying listening to you and Pat. And you know what? I'll keep the energy going. Like, seriously. Like, you guys, I love unfiltered radio. Especially, and I'm not just saying this because I work for the station and because you know me, John, you've known me long enough. You know,
sure,
I will be completely honest, even if it, perturbs people. But God, I love your show. I love you and Patton's show. I feel like Patton, prayerfully he doesn't talk trash to the wrong person. But
we've had to rein him in a few times. He got really, really fired up, when Mike Vrabel was fired and had some choice words for Amy Adams Strunk. We had to sit the young man down and tell him, hey, it's just take it easy. It's a business. But no, I love working with him. We have a great time in the morning, and he makes it easy. I couldn't ask for a better radio partner than Patton Cook. He's a young up-and-coming star in this business. He's a young dude, but he's got an old soul. He's already married, got a mortgage, so he's doing things the right way. And boy, his sports knowledge is outstanding. I mean, he really knows a lot about a lot that goes on in the world of sports. So it's a lot of fun, and I appreciate the kind words, man.
Oh yeah, no worries. Now for him to be a broadcaster, because he and I both, we do the broadcasting thing. He's not your typical announcer. I want to say Patton is like, about 6'3", 6'4". I mean, he's a pretty big dude.
Yeah. But he's a big kid. We did our show live at the Alley Pub out in Bellevue today, and he came walking in. And usually, by the time I get to the studio, he's sitting down, and how the studio's configured. The producer pod is where it's at, and the on air talent table is on the other side. He walked in this morning. I was like, I forgot what a tall kid he is. He's a big boy, big old Nashville boy.
Hey, I mean, you're not the smallest person in the world either. You're the only person I know that can DDT someone and then go out and do stellar journalism all in the same day.
Hey, you never know, man. I get ready so I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. You never know. I might have one more match in me, one more wrestling match. Who knows?
All right, well, just don't. I can't go for it. I'm lean, but I am what they call a gentle giant. Okay, so I tell all my friends, I said I treat violence like a third string quarterback. I don't want to go there, but if I have to, I will.
That's exactly how I am. Well said.
With all that being stated, talking about great starts, the Tigers of Tennessee State University, who you can't hear live on air, play-by-play guy. I don't really know his name. I think it's a guy named Greg Pogue. Last time I checked.
Yeah, never heard of him. I heard he's a bum.
Yeah, I love it. Well, anyway, they're coming off of a big win against Mississippi Valley State last week. Then you get a big win versus a team in the SWAC that not necessarily probably won't finish top 5 in their conference, but you get a team that put a legitimate scare into Coach Prime's Colorado Buffaloes week 1. Not only do you get to play the number 2 team in all of FCS football, you get to travel there to do it.
Yeah, it's a nice reward for getting a nice opening day win, right? Your first opening day win since 2019. Eddie George's first opening day win as Tigers coach, and now you got to go face the number 2 team in the nation. And yeah, a lot of us watched what they did against Colorado a week ago on Thursday and really put a scare into Coach Prime and his team. And they're a good team. They're an outstanding program. You know about the success they've had, the national championships, the playoff runs. I mean, it's going to be a tall order for Tennessee State. But the one thing about Eddie George, since he took over this program at TSU, he said it, repeatedly. I don't care who you are. I don't care what division you're in. I'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And, actually, they hung around with Notre Dame for a while last year before things got out of hand. So, if they get a couple of breaks, who knows? It would be a monumental upset. But trust me, Eddie George's team, his players, they will not go in scared or intimidated at all by this challenge of facing North Dakota State on the road. They'll be ready for it, and I know they're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that they will. That game can be heard here at 2 p.m. on WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. And that's what's going on Saturday. Man, John, it's football time. It's the NFL style. Week 1, the Titans get to go to Windy City, Chicago, and play Caleb Williams and the revamped Chicago Bears. I talked to some of my friends in my day job, and I made a very bold statement. I'm going to make it live on air. I think that Caleb Williams and those pretty little nails of his are going to have a field day versus those corners and safeties for the Titans of Tennessee. What do you think?
It's entirely possible because, I think we feel good, from a Titans perspective about this secondary long term, but they haven't played together all summer. Their top 2 corners have missed a lot of time, and Jamal Adams is not expected to play. And Quandre Diggs, who I guess is going to start at safety next to Hendon Hooker, he's been here 5 minutes. So that is a possibility. I think for Denard Wilson, the defensive coordinator, he's really going to have to disguise some things, dial up some blitzes, put pressure on Caleb Williams, especially up the middle, and just get him off his spot and make him throw before he wants to. But Caleb Williams, I think, is the real deal. I think he's got a lot of talent. He's mobile. He's got a really strong arm. The biggest thing about Caleb Williams is we're going to find out, I'm sure, is how is he going to handle adversity, right? I mean, we've been saying it all week on our show, and we said it on the podcast with Keith Bullock. This is a guy who faced some adversity last year at USC, and he literally went crying to mommy. And so, we got to see how this guy holds up when the pressure's on. Now, listen, I myself am a mama's boy. I've gone home crying to mommy many a times in my life, but I'm not an NFL quarterback making millions of dollars. So you're right. If Caleb Williams gets time to throw, it could be a long day for the Titans secondary, just given the fact that, A, it's the first game, B, they haven't played together, and C, the top 2 corners have been kind of banged up a little bit for a good part of the summer.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to say this about crying to mommy. I still do it too. And guess what else I do, John, when it comes to my mom?
What's that? I
still put her as my emergency contact.
Hey, listen, if my mother were still alive, I'd probably go crying to her at the noble age of 54, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, we're mama's boys. We understand that. But, it's just something to keep an eye on with Caleb Williams. But, yeah, by all accounts, he's a fine young man, and the Bears really seem to like him. And, he was elected a captain as a rookie. And, but I'll throw a stat at you that I found out yesterday, and we talked about a couple times on the show. Since 1984, rookie quarterbacks who were drafted first overall in the draft and start opening day since 1984 are 1-12-1. So you have David Carr circa 2002 against the Cowboys to thank for it not being a bagel on the left side of the ledger. So history would be on the side of the Titans. I picked them to win this morning on the JB the General show, but you bring up a really good point because, you know, we feel good long term about this Titans secondary, but we don't know how they're going to perform in this particular game on Sunday.
You said David Carr for the Houston Texans. I think he just got sacked again.
Yeah. He got himself a Super Bowl ring. I grew up a Giants fan. He actually backed up Eli Manning in 2011 when they won the Super Bowl. So he has a Super Bowl ring, but he also has, it's probably tough for him to get up in the morning, even all these years removed from playing.
Yeah, it'd be tough for me to get up in the morning behind that offensive line that he had to deal with in the early 2000s.
He took a beating, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they broke an NFL record for sacks in a season.
Yeah, I believe you're right. It was brutal, and he was never the same after that. And that's why Denard Wilson, I'm sure, is going to try to disguise some blitzes, put some pressure on Caleb Williams, because if you get to a rookie quarterback early, chances are you can rattle him. So we'll see what happens on Sunday, but it should be a lot of fun.
Your podcast, year 2, season 2, if you would, for your podcast on the airwaves here on the weekends. Man, talk about that, and what can the fans expect tomorrow?
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's our season 2 premiere of What's Good with KB and JB podcast show with myself, former Titan Keith Bullock, and, of course, produced and co-hosted by Patton Cook. And we'll be on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., and we also stream on most major streaming platforms, so you can follow us and download us and go back and listen to old episodes. It's a lot of fun. We break things down. We give everybody what to expect with the Titans, not only in this game on Sunday, but also this season coming up. And, we really dive into the college football and what to expect from Tennessee and Vanderbilt this year. And we really get into a lot of the stuff going on in college football and college sports with, NIL and paying players and stuff like that. My colleague here at News Channel 5, Steve Lehman, did a great 7-part series called Paid to Play, which I believe is still available to view on our website, newschannel5.com. I highly recommend anybody listening to check it out, because Steve and our executive producer, Brian McKeegan, did a lot of extensive interviews and a lot of research and stuff like that. But, Keith and Patton and myself, we really got into, what are some of the unintended consequences. Like, you hear about what's going on at Florida State, and, they're 0-2, and, you hear rumblings that, players may be quitting already on Norvell, and part of it has to do because they don't feel like they're getting paid enough. And, what do you do when you pay a lot of money for a student athlete to come in and he or she doesn't perform the way you expected them to? What do you do? Do you still pay them? Do you ship them out? I mean, so, we kind of really get the football talk going, but we also like to have a lot of fun. We do a little segment called Petty News, where we talk about who's being petty in the world of sports. And Patton has a segment where he gets to vent about whatever he wants, and we call it Let Patton Cook. See what we did there? Let Patton cook.
Yeah, so. y'all went wrong with that one. I heard he couldn't cook as far as food. No, he his lovely wife, his new lovely wife, Lexi, I believe, does all the cooking for the family, which is probably better off for both of them. Yeah, better off for all of us. But hey, man, it's always fun to talk to you, and hey, continued success, man, for you, Patton, and you guys at Channel 5. When you see Dwayne Weems, when you go into the office or in the field, tell him Will said what's up.
I certainly will. I will be happy to do that. And thank you for all the kind words. You're doing a great job there on Friday nights, getting everybody caught up with all the high school action. And so, just keep doing what you're doing. And anytime you need me, I'm always here for you.
All right, man. I appreciate it. That was John Burton, one half of the JB and the General show. What we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll have the voice of the TSU Tigers, Greg Pogue. He's going to give us a more in-depth preview of tomorrow's game versus the Bison of North Dakota. This is the WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show, brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative healthcare services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is at the heart of Music City. Located within walking distance of the Country Music Hall of Fame, Bar Lines at the Omni is your downtown honky-tonk destination. Watch your team from any seat on their plentiful HD TVs and catch a live show on the Bar Lines stage featuring live music 7 days a week. Bar Lines has the ultimate Southern comfort food. Get started with classic fried green tomatoes or bourbon barbecue wings. Then it's on to the massive Smashville double stack or the world famous Bar Lines grinder. Oh, you've never heard of the Bar Lines grinder? 2 kinds of cheese, lettuce, Dijon, smoked turkey, smoked bacon, smoked ham. Now that's some smoke you want. Local brews and local spirits are on tap at Bar Lines. Take a seat on the patio outside and soak up the rhythm of Music City. Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
We are back live. WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show. Stwearts Creek with the win, 35-0 over the Burros of Hillsboro. So we're going to get Greg Pogue in real quick. He is the voice of the Tennessee State University Tigers, and TSU can be heard here on WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station in the Nashville market. Greg, how is it going in Fargo, North Dakota right now?
Oh, it's nice. You had sent me a text earlier, stay warm. I mean, it's going to be 78 degrees and sunny here tomorrow. I mean, it's summer here, right? I mean, but I have I've stayed away from wood chippers.
Really?
Do you understand that reference?
I don't. That's why I said really like that in almost the form of a question.
He understands the reference. If anybody's seen the movie Fargo, which is a classic movie, they will get it.
Well, one thing that we're getting is a lot of hard and tenacious play by the Tigers, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Talk about Draylon Ellis, well over 350 yards passing last week versus Mississippi Valley State. They looked really good en route to a 41-21 win.
Yeah, the Big South OVC Offensive Player of the Week, and of course he's, 2021 was the OVC freshman of the year or the rookie of the year, whatever they called it. But yeah, this is just a product of the new offensive coordinator. Travis Partridge has come in from over at UT Martin, where he was the quarterbacks coach. Of course, head coach Jason Simpson is the OC as well there, the dean of OVC coaches. But yeah, I mean, but it's also balance as well. And I was just, as a matter of fact, about 20-30 minutes ago, had a little sit down with the OC Travis Partridge, just talking about that. And it just his thing was, you could just see, you could tell this player has played a lot of football, right? He's got nearly 6,000 yards of passing yards in his career, but it's just not a one-man show. We were looking at the running backs. There's 4 running backs, so this team's going to run the football. Eddie George's team's going to run the football, right? Jordan Gant with 9 carries, Jalen Rouse with 2, C.J. Evans with 6, another Austin Peay transfer, and then Jaden McGill out of the College of DuPage, who was the Division III National Offensive Player of the Year last year. And then on the outside, Jalal Dean moves over from Tennessee Tech. Had 9 of those catches were 144 yards. So there really seems to be a balance. Now, they're going to be tested big time against North Dakota State. One of the most, in the last 25 years, I got looking at this, and I'm going to give you some numbers in a minute. One of the most successful college football programs in the country, regardless of division. And so, they took Colorado a week ago last night on the road in Boulder to the limit. They finished 4 yards short from a win there, big upset. So, yeah, tall order here today, but overall, tomorrow rather, but yeah, overall, I think you're right. They like where this offense is, but this is one big step up in class tomorrow.
Yeah, that it is. And you know what? When you look at this TSU team, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like this team is at its most mature to kind of handle the tall task that they have in front of them tomorrow. Yeah, they got some new players. They got, certainly up front, I think they got a really good, look at what they can do up front. Now they're going to be tested, up front tomorrow. This is the best defense they'll play all year, best team they'll play all year. In a long time, quite frankly. But, by the way, it's really going to be cool. North Dakota State is going to be coming to – this is the first time these teams have ever played it. It's only the third time North Dakota State has played an OVC team, and TSU has never played a team from the Missouri Valley. Of course, it's a Missouri Valley Football Conference. It's a little bit different than their Ovalar Conference. Listen to these numbers, all right? They have been in the top 25 in the coaches poll 193 straight weeks, and the top 25 stats poll 189 straight weeks, dating back to 2010. They have 47 FCS playoff wins, the most ever, next to Georgia Southern. In the playoffs, they're 47-5, a 90% win percentage. In Marshall, before it moved up, wasn't even close to that. This team has won since counting 2011, 9 of 14 national championships, 17 overall, and they've been to the semifinals of the playoffs 12 of the last 13 years. That's crazy. That's dominance. Yeah, it's no other. I maybe even go down to Division II, Division III, but in the Division I FBS/FCS level, nobody can touch that in this past 15, 20 years. And man, just name all. Well, obviously not all, but just the plethora of NFL quarterbacks. Yeah, Carson Wentz, Trey Lance. By the way, Dylan Radin's, starting guard for the Titans. They breed them well up there in North Dakota. Yeah, and 80% of their roster is from North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. That sounds like good offensive linemen, tenacious defensive linemen, and a good running back here or there. It's also an indoor, the Fargo Dome. Going to be interesting to go to that. Seats almost 19,000. So yeah, it's I think and defensively, what Brandon Fisher has done. Of course, Jeff's son he's been Eddie George's defensive coordinator from day one there in the last 4 years.
they're very good. Eric George, Eddie's son, has got next level written all over him. Freshman All-American last year, but this is maybe a little bit weak in the linebacker slot depth wise. Got some players in there, and Micah Gay, Ahmad Nelson, and their secondary though they've got Malik Ganaway, a transfer from Tennessee. They've got players who played at Missouri, Lehigh, SEMO, some local kids out of Hillsboro High, KG Baker, Boogie Trotter out of Pearl Cone, Jalen. So this is a really good defense, but it's going against a juggernaut tomorrow. And I mean, this is a team that probably should have went in and beat Dion last Thursday night. They had the ball driving in a 47-yard play to the 4-yard line when time expired.
Yeah, that was.
They lost by 5.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. But Greg, what we'll do, we'll let you go. Always fun to talk to you.
2 o'clock pregame, 2:30 kickoff right here tomorrow afternoon. Nick Guerrero on the call with me tomorrow.
Oh, this should be interesting. Well, Greg,
it'll be fun.
Always fun to talk to you, man. Have a great night.
Right. And I know tomorrow morning we're not going to be at Roy's. Craig Ladd, you, Bubba, Prep Football Talking, and the Jeff Fisher one we had from Roy's, one-on-one with Greg Poe. We're going to replay that tomorrow. But I'll stay out of wood chippers. You need to Google that, guys. Okay, go wood chipper Fargo. That's it.
Okay, and don't worry,
your
Greg.
Homework assigned.
All right, I got you. Don't worry, Greg. All three of us will be on our worst behavior tomorrow. You have a good night.
All right, see you, bud.
That was Greg Poe, the voice of the Tennessee State University Tigers. Got a few minutes. We'll get to some scores of note around the Mid-State, and we'll start with ours. Stwearts Creek with a 35-0 win over the Burros of Hillsboro. Tullahoma squeaks out a 2-point win versus the Rockets of Rockville, 21-19. Milan all over Gibson County. A Gibson County battle between those two programs out in West Tennessee. Milan 54, Gibson County did not get on the board. Ezel Harding out of the Antioch area escapes Glencliff 19-18. Brentwood dominating Hendersonville 56-14. And congratulations to the Antioch Bears. A 40-0 win over Cane Ridge gives Antioch their first 3-0 start since the 2012 season. So Arsene Broom in his first year with the Bears doing some really wonderful things with those kids out there deep in Antioch, Tennessee. Wilson Central escapes Laverne 14-6, and the Fighting Mike Woodwards at Laverne really struggling this year. They went 1-9 last year and just haven't been able to get it right so far this season. But I know Coach Woodward is eventually going to get those boys in line. Henry County with a tough win over Springfield, 23-22. The MyTV 30 game of the week. Marshall County shuts out their opponent 40-0. They defeated Station Camp in Gallatin 11-35. Warren County 0. CPA 42. Pope Prep, also known as JP2, 9. So Pope Prep 2 years in a row will start off 0-3. White House 34-7 win over Montgomery Central. Last time I checked, White Station in Cordova, White Station was winning 7-6, a battle of two Memphis schools. Monterey 15, East Robinson 7. Last score update that I got in that game. Columbia Academy 21, Friendship Christian 15. That was the last scoring update for that contest. So again, final score: Stwearts Creek 35, Hillsboro 0. And Hal, this is off the next week if you're Hillsboro.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling you, it's the small things, right? If you can't get the little bits right, like those pre-snap, pre-snap flags, pre-snap penalties there. If you can't get that small stuff right, you're not going to win the football game. And that's what it comes down to, is if you know, it's the easy stuff, right? If you can, it doesn't matter if you can run the ball good, if you got good receivers or whatever, but if they're not doing the right things in practice, then it's not going to get you anywhere.
Well, for Stwearts Creek, it is off to Rockville next week for them. And for the Burros, they will come back home to the Green Hills area to face the 0-3 Ravens of Cane Ridge. This is the WNSR Mid-State Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show. Brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. For Will Brown, Hal Burton, Joe Fisher, Pete Cordelli, we are saying good night from WNSR.